Chicken heads be clucking in my back room fucking. It ain't nothing. They know Big B handling with the Mac in the act door paneling. Bandaging MCs. Oxygen, they can't breathe. Mad tricks up the sleeve. Wear boxes so my dick can breathe. Breeze through in the Q45 by my side. Lyrical high. And those that brushes my clutches get put on crutches. Get smoked like Dutches from the master. Hate to blast ya, but I have to. You see, I smoke a lot. Your life is played out like Kwame and them fucking polka dots. Who rock the spot? Biggie, you know how the weed go. Unbelievable. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Biggie Smalls is the illest.
Yo.
Biggie Smalls is the illest.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yo, cam's on, kid. What do we got going? Hold on, I gotta deactivate my cam on now it'll work here.
Casualties need treating. Dumb rappers need teaching. Lesson 8.
Oh shit. How do we get... There we go.
Thought he was wacko. Come now.
There we go. What up, fellas? Yo, I got a lot of people that was talking shit on Twitter, bro, and I want to know if they're gonna show up. And I haven't seen him yet. Ev is supposed to be showing up. He messaged me and said that he's will be joining the booth. He hasn't joined the Discord yet. Let me see if he's had some. Nah, not yet. Got a bunch of people that was talking a lot of shit. And it looks like I'm gonna be by myself, not as a Harris supporter because I didn't vote for Harris, but like as someone who just doesn't like Trump. I guess I know Lazy's a big Trump guy. Yo, Lazy, where you at, bro? Don't be scared to put your mic, your camera on, bro. We've all seen that face. Can you guys hear me at all or no?
Oh yeah, I hear you.
All right, he's got his.
Yeah, I hear you.
He's got his fucking hat on. It's no secret who you voted for. You know, listen, yo, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It's tough being someone who hates Trump living in Staten Island, bro. It's not easy, bro. Not easy at work. Not easy in my neighborhood. I mean, bro, I went to go get a fucking pie today. I went to go get pizza around where I live, and as soon as I walk in, like people just look at you and they assume that you love Trump. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what they assume. So I'm walking like, yeah, Trump, baby, yeah, and I'm just like, you know, I'm not looking to like, you know, start a whole debate while my pizza's being cooked. I don't want my shit spit in, whatever. So I'm just sitting there, you know, chatting it up, and I'm like, I asked the kids that are there, and they're kids because they're younger than me, bro. Like, these dudes are young as hell. They've got to be in their 20s. And I ask them, I say, what are you going to do if he loses? And one of the dudes is like, if he loses, it's over. We're all done. And I'm just like, bro, how old do you have to be to say that? I mean, like, bro, I'm 42, so I've lived through Reagan when I was little, you know. I didn't get to vote for Clinton. I was in high school, you know. But I'm talking about, like, as an adult, you know, 2000 was Bush and Gore, you know, with the whole actual stolen election there in Florida. You guys probably don't remember that shit. That was 2000. And then Bush and Kelly, I think, what was it, John Kerry, that's right. Bush and Kerry, then fucking, you know, Obama McCain, Obama Romney, and then all hell broke loose when the orange cult leader came through, you know, and started talking shit. But, like, I never had, like, I've lived through so many different, like, presidencies now and elections. And one thing I noticed, like, people are always like this, the doomsayers, like, oh, it's all over, it's done. You know, if this person wins, you know, America's going to turn into a communist country, blah, blah, blah. And then the election passes and nothing really changes, bro. Like, that's one question I really got to ask. Like, how much did shit really change, bro, for the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, how bad does it get? And how good did it get when Trump won? You know what I mean? Like, I just want to know because, like, I keep hearing these dooms. Like, I was looking on, bro, did you guys hear that interview on Twitter? Not on Twitter, on the Joe Rogan podcast with Elon Musk?
Yeah, I heard it.
What do you think of that? Did you hear the things that Elon Musk was saying, like, this could be the last election ever?
I mean, I think he's just saying that he thinks the illegal immigrants that they allowed in would be able to vote if Kamala's president, and I mean, I don't know why he's saying it would be the last election. He's just saying it would be the last time that Republicans have a chance. Because if they allow all the illegals to vote down the road, I would assume they would all go Democrat, is what he's saying.
I know I get into that argument a lot with people too, and I don't see how they all would automatically be Democrat because a lot of these immigrants that come here from like south of the border, like these guys, like they're coming from they're coming from like mostly like Christian areas, culturally, people south of the border, like Hispanics, they're culturally conservative. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, if they're smart though, they're Democrat because as an illegal, those guys are getting guaranteed money because of the Democrats and guaranteed insurance, things like that. So like that's why.
Well, I mean, listen, illegals are. I mean, you say illegal, but how are they voting? Like, how is an illegal immigrant going to vote? I heard that shit also.
I mean,
like,
they don't really require IDs. Like I went and voted, and they didn't even ask for my ID
Yeah,
today.
they didn't. But when you voted today, walk me through because I voted a plenty of times. I didn't vote today, but I voted. I voted before. Walk me through the process of how you voted.
Walked into school, got a few compliments on the hat,
Okay.
got chirped at by a few people for the hat.
Right.
I walked in, they asked me for my name, and then gave me a ballot.
They asked you for your name, right? And you verified your
Yeah,
name, and then
they asked for my date of birth.
right,
They asked
Yeah,
for
they
my
did ask
name.
for my date of birth.
Yeah,
right,
confirm your address and all that, and
right.
then they let you vote.
So how is an illegal immigrant going to vote if they're asking for your name and address and date of birth before you vote?
They didn't ask me for my address. They just asked me for name and date of birth.
Well,
but all you got to do is just give it to them.
Yeah, but how does a legal immigrant know to use your name? How does like your name? Look, so how it works?
No,
with
like I'm pretty sure they can. In theory,
okay.
if what they're saying is that if the Democrats are going to allow them to vote, then they'll be registered to vote.
Yeah, but how are you going to register? How are you going to register an illegal immigrant to vote? You have to actually register as a party.
What Elon's saying is that the Democrats are going to push a motion
They were supposed
allow
to,
them to register even as an illegal.
They were supposed to do that like in 2016. The illegals,
or they're going
to
to make them all become legal so that they can vote.
Oh, so if they become legal and they can vote, then what's the problem?
They didn't get in the right way.
But if they become legal and they were granted amnesty, what does it matter how they came in? They were legalized.
It matters to the people that did it the right way.
All right, so let me try to follow you real quick. So you're saying like someone comes in here illegally, like, and then when they get caught, the government has a program to like help them become legal. So we can say, you know what, it doesn't matter how you came in. Here's a program. You're legal now. What does it matter how they came in if the government is looking to like look past all that and naturalize them?
I mean, it just depends on what your view on, immigration is. Like, do you want people to just be able to come in and, be able to become a citizen, or do you not want that?
What is your view on it? Do you want people to come in or no?
I mean, no, I think it's a little crazy, but I mean, I'm fine with like the right people after they get in, applying for it.
Yeah, how do you know who's the right people though? Like, what's the
going through an application process and doing background checks on them?
Right, but like define right people.
But we would have to work with like other governments to be able to get that information.
Right. So what I'm saying is like, all right, so like trying to get back to Elon Musk, because I'm trying to figure out where the whole like fear mongering comes in. Like we're all doomed and shit because
he's saying the Republican Party would be no more because they would never have a chance again.
Well, to be honest, I mean, if you think about it, the Republican Party doesn't look like they're gonna last much longer anyway. For long before Trump, because I can't remember the last time a Republican presidential candidate won the popular vote. Like in this country, the way it's been for the past like 20 or so years, the Republican presidential candidates don't win the popular vote. Like more people en masse vote for the Democrat than they do the Republican. It's only because of the the electoral college, which I support. I'm not one of these people that wants to abolish it. I think the electoral college worked perfectly in 2016. I think that when Trump won in 2016, that was the exact reason why we have an electoral college, to make sure that once in a while, right, the minority voters, the people who make up the less amount, will have their voice, will have their say. But regardless of that, be that as it may, the the most popular candidates every election cycle are Democrats. When Trump won against Hillary, more people voted for Hillary in the country than they did Trump. She just lost the electoral college. Again, more people voted for Biden. More people voted for Obama twice. You know what I mean? Even Bush lost the popular vote when he beat John Kerry. So when you say, like, this may be the last time a Republican wins again, and Republican politicians are kind of like, they're not being very popular, or the Republicans are going down. Yeah, that seems to be the trend. But why is that though? Like, what would be the reason for that?
I mean, regardless of the popular vote, the electoral vote is usually pretty balanced over the last 20 years or so. But that wouldn't be the case if you allow 15 million immigrants be able to vote.
Yeah, but why though? Why would a bunch
Because
of
you assume that 80% at least go and vote Democrat. So
Yeah.
then you're basically abolishing a party, which I don't think anybody thinks that a one-party system is ideal.
But this is we're talking about like conspiracy theories and doomsday scenarios that Musk was given, that Trump loves to give. I mean, I've heard Trump say a bunch of times, like, this may be your last election, and I'm going to get into why he says that and why it's dangerous and why
I mean, it's the same thing as when the Democrats said that if Trump's president back in 2016,
Right.
that we would get nuked by frickin' Kim Jong-un. It's literally the same doomsday theories that we're talking about
I don't remember anybody saying we get nuked, but I do remember people saying that if Trump won, a lot of rights would be stripped, and then we lost Roe v. Wade. So like some of those things did come true. You know what I mean? And then he passed that ban on travel and all this other shit. So a lot of things that people that were opposing Trump in 2016 said that he would do, maybe they didn't pinpoint exactly, but a lot of that shit did come true. I don't really remember anybody hearing that we would get nuked. I remember a lot of people saying we get nuked if Hillary Clinton got in office. They were calling her a warmonger. They were scared she might start World War III, blah, blah, blah. But I never really heard that rhetoric around Trump. Trump's rhetoric was more along the lines of like,
I don't know. They were saying World War III, Civil War. Like, they were pushing that Civil War agenda.
Both sides have been
hard.
saying that shit, bro. Both sides have been saying it, dude. And it's,
Yeah, but the Republicans got that from them.
Well, regardless, again, and that just goes to more of my point. Every fucking election cycle, we hear how there's going to be a civil war, there's going to be a last election, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out to be, I don't know how.
It's all fluff. I mean, it's what you want to make your own opinion on. Like, all that news stuff is fluff. You got to be able to make your own opinion. I just vote for myself. Like, whoever I think is going to put me in the best position financially, for my family, things like that.
How does
I voted for Trump because I had a great 4 years under Trump, made a ton of money. My stocks killed it. It was amazing.
Right.
So I would love to go back to that, but we'll see what happens.
How do you think that works with like the stocks and stuff like that? Like, how do you think like the president gets elected and right off the bat the stocks just go up and the market just responds out of nowhere and everything's great? Do you think that that's how it works when a president gets elected, or?
Yeah, a lot of it's confidence based on who's being elected, what their economic plans are. Stocks tend to do well for Trump just because, I mean, he has a slight advantage on that because people have bias thinking that Trump is affiliated with a good economies, good stock market because that's his background.
Right.
And they think that he's going to take care of Wall Street, basically. So, housing market, same way. People are just more willing to invest when they have confidence, and that's what happens when you get a good president with a good economic background.
Lazy.
I mean, I'm not saying that's only Trump. Like, there's a lot of presidents that have had good backgrounds in economics that the markets had confidence in ahead of time, and when they get a hinge that that person's going to win, you'll see the stock market probably already start rising.
Lazy, who'd you vote for? If you don't, I mean, I already know. I already know you did, but
Trump.
why?
I voted for Trump.
What was your
So I do it based on. So I did a compra the other day, and
right?
we spent $200 and we got 5 bags of groceries,
Uh-huh.
and we didn't get shit. There's a lot of price gouging.
Right.
I live in Connecticut, which is primarily like a Democratic state.
Right.
So we have our Con Ed is EverSource. That's what it's called.
Right.
And when I moved into my condo, EverSource was charging us $110 a month. That's pretty much the max it ever was.
Right.
It might go up a little bit during the winter. Um, they had started a program in my city. I don't know if it's the whole state of Connecticut, but EverSource was charging everybody a higher rate to balance out the people who weren't paying their electric bill from COVID and whatnot. So our bill then jumped up to $140, and then it jumped up again to $190 another time due to the same thing.
So you think the president decides the electric bill?
No. It's not in the sense of that, but it's more in the sense of things. Democrats, in my opinion, they go for the overall person, and they're making the everyday working man suffer due to it. Um, don't get me wrong, I don't mind helping out and all that, and we pay taxes that go to food stamps and things like that, but I also feel like there's also a limit to how much we should, how much responsibility we should take. Other people are just mooching off the government. And I feel like with Trump, things will change.
All right. So your main thing your all right. All right. So just so I get so like I'm trying to figure it out. So I'm trying to narrow it down. So for Jay Keith, his thing is, listen, he voted for Trump because when Trump was president, whether Trump did anything to do it or
I'm
not,
sorry, I didn't hear what
he,
you said. Somebody called me.
no, I said I'm trying to narrow it down for like each of you guys, like main top, like your like your main breaking point, like your main policy that that you took to the voter booth. For Jay Keith, it was about money. When Trump was in, for whatever reason, there was confidence in the market. His 401k did well. His
Yeah,
Roth
the
IRA,
stock market did well.
right?
The housing market did well.
And
Unemployment rate was at an all-time low.
that was his thing. First thing, your first thing centered around um, welfare. Like your main thing, your main thing is like,
Yeah,
listen, I feel like with Trump in office, you know,
yeah, and
people
then
aren't gonna.
also the housing
We
market
don't want to get.
will
We
probably
don't.
become better and things like that. I'm thinking about the future when it comes to voting because at the end of the day, my son's going to be in society in another 14, 15 years
Right.
contributing, and he should also understand the difference between earning money and just like staying at home and getting money.
Right.
Some people that live on welfare live better than a lot of working people.
Yeah, I never met anybody like that, bro. Like I've heard that a million times, but and like I said, bro, I live in fucking Staten Island, and that's a common like fucking theme that a
I
lot
mean,
of
I
like
get,
idiots say.
I get that. I get when COVID
Hold on,
had
hold on, hold on.
happened.
I thought you were
Oh,
too scared to talk about the politics.
I don't. I can't. I'm listening to this shit. I just haven't put my 2 cents in it. I get that. I get when COVID happened. That actually, your statement right there, lazy, makes sense. But the fact that you are carrying um, that statement, out after COVID, is baffling to me.
but we're
Let's.
still paying for it though. If you really
You're
sit back and
you're
look at,
you're still paying for it.
yeah, 100%. Like I said, my my electric bill went up because they issued a program to balance out the people who don't pay for their electricity in Connecticut, and we're paying a higher amount because they're not paying for electricity because they get programs where all the money gets deferred, and then we have to pay. I went
So
from paying 110 to
I think
almost two
maybe
hundred
I'm a
dollars.
little. I think maybe I'm just a tad bit confused. So what I'm speaking on is you said that people on welfare are living luxuriously more better than
I'm not
people that are
saying
not.
luxury, but
I mean,
so like I
you didn't
said,
use those words, but you
I
pretty
I
much did.
paid I paid $200 and I got 5 bags of groceries. When I put it home, my fridge was okay. It was nice,
Did you
but
ever?
then
Let me ask you a
there are
question.
people.
Did you ever consider quitting a job or going on welfare to live a little better?
No, absolutely not.
Well, you
Well,
just
I
said
mean,
that
I
they.
would just
you
never do
just said
that.
that they
That's just
live better
You
though.
just yeah, like
it.
are you willing to trade places with somebody on food stamps because you look at them and think that they're living life better than you?
No, because at the end of the day, the way I work and the way I'm able to afford the things I can afford is because I work hard.
All right.
I'm not saying they don't have the
So
same
so
opportunities.
my thing is so hold on. My thing is
If they want,
you
there are
work.
people,
Well, here hold on.
but there are
First,
also people that cheat the system.
well, let me. So forget about. We'll get to cheating the system in a second, but let me just try to map this out. You work hard, so you make X amount of money, and you have a certain lifestyle because you work hard. Whereas other people, you don't think they work as hard, and the best they can do is get what, like a few $100s in food stamps in the beginning of the month. And you're telling me that you working hard and living a much better lifestyle overall than them are looking at them jealous that they are able to buy groceries and spend less on groceries than
I'm
you?
not saying that. What I'm saying is, there are people that don't work at all and will sit there and live off of the system because it's accessible and it's easy to get. There are people who cheat the system. My uncle had a girlfriend that she had 5 kids and she had the max benefits.
Mm-hmm.
She had got a part-time job
Right,
during Christmas time to get some gifts,
right.
and she had gotten a call from the welfare office saying that her benefits were going to get limited because of this. But she's heading in the right direction. Instead of saying, "All right, my benefits are going to become lower, and I'm heading in the right direction," she literally quit her job.
Yeah, but think about that for a second, though. Like, I understand how that could. And here's my thing, bro. I'll be honest with you. Like, when it comes to look, I don't consider myself left wing or right wing. There's a lot of things that I'm conservative about. There's a lot of things I'm liberal about, like Chris Rock
And
said.
that's very much me, by the way.
But
Put that
I
out
can tell you one thing that conservative people do that make them stand out from the left, and what they do is they vote not by it, they don't really vote by they don't really take a look at the actual issues and how it affects people. They vote by what pisses them off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're voting because you see, like, you're like somebody quit her job because she did slightly better by keeping those benefits. Like, you would never do anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never do anything like that.
So
I have too
let
much.
me ask you. Let's do it like this. What has Kamala done for America?
Well, I mean, what has she done as a vice president? What does a vice president really do? But I can always flip that around and ask you, what's his face was president, and what did Trump do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what exactly did?
He got unemployment rate to an all-time low.
Okay.
Um,
How about this? I'm going to give you a little bit. I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the unemployment. I know you won't believe me, but I'm going to prove it. So the unemployment rate was on its way down, plummeting by the end of Obama's second term, and Trump inherited a unemployment rate that was already on its way down. All Trump had to do was sit in the Oval Office and play with his dick hairs, and the unemployment rate would have went down. Now, do you know there's two different unemployment rates? There's the unemployment rate, and then there's the real unemployment rate. Do you know the difference between the two and where the government gets the numbers for each one? I know this because I was on unemployment most of my time in Florida, so I know this for a fact. And I watched the Senate hearing during Obama's second term, in which they did not approve emergency unemployment benefit extension. So where the government gets their unemployment numbers, it goes by how many people compared to the rest of the working population are on the internet in their state applying for um, unemployment benefits. Now, have you ever been on unemployment before?
uh, yeah, when I was younger.
So you remember going online and filling out the information to get unemployment?
And then like every week,
What
You
about?
had to show proof of you
Yeah.
looking for work and stuff like that.
Yep. So you know the process.
So it was
What,
like when I was in college and stuff.
what about you, Jay? What about you,
I had left.
Keith and Mandy? You guys ever file for unemployment? You ever been on unemployment before?
I was, yeah.
So it was the same
Yeah.
thing with you, right? You had to fill it out and you had
Yes.
it every week. All right. So you guys know that you've been on unemployment just like me. You know that you have a certain amount of benefits that they'll let you know you have, and at some point that shit runs out. You know that, right? We
I
all
think
know
it's
that.
a half a
certain amount
year.
of money you'll get, yes.
Yes, you have a certain amount of money you'll get, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
you'll get
they'll
a
break
weekly
it up.
stipend.
They'll break it up. In Florida, it was every
Yeah.
2 weeks, right? And they'll
Yeah.
break it up, and then once that runs out, there's no more unemployment. And how you get that money depends on how long you worked on the books. Because every time you work on the books, a piece of the FICA taxes that you pay go into unemployment insurance. It goes into a little account, and it's based on how much you worked. So once you don't work it and you can't quit, you've had to been fired or laid off, right? So as long as you don't quit or resign, you can be eligible for those benefits. And depending on how much you worked and how much you made, right, determines how much was in your little pot for unemployment, right? Once those unemployment benefits run out and you're no longer able to collect unemployment, guess what happens to you? You're no longer under the unemployment rate. So now the unemployment rate goes down a little bit because you're no longer applying. You know what I'm saying? Under Obama passed twice. It passed twice. He did not do it a third time. He did not do it a third time. He passed twice during his second term emergency federal unemployment benefits, where if your state benefits ran out, the federal government will reimburse the state for continuing to pay you. I was on unemployment when I moved from Florida back to Staten Island. I was actually on unemployment.
That was during
benefits.
COVID, right?
No, it wasn't. This was 2010. So I moved back to New York January 2010. I was still collecting unemployment for a life insurance job I got laid off on, right? And I was sitting there. I remember it was January or February. I have to look it up to make sure exactly when it was. But I'm looking at the TV and I'm like, these motherfuckers are not gonna renew the emergency benefits. I'm fucked. I went out and I got a couple jobs off the books delivering pizza. Then I worked for DirecTV, and then I got sanitation that September, right? But that's where
let me ask you something else though. So my next thing is also what was it called?
But now hold
the
on,
housing market.
before you move, hold on, I'm gonna get to that too. But before you move on, when you're saying like Trump had unemployment, record unemployment, blah blah blah, like those unemployment numbers started to plummet after the Senate and the president did not renew the emergency federal benefits. All of those people started to come off the unemployment. The real unemployment rate was way higher. The real unemployment rate they get from the population compared to who's actually paying taxes, either on their weekly checks or at the end of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where they get that unemployment. Now, that's still not real because a lot of people could work off the books. You'd be working for cash. You could be not filing for unemployment and not paying taxes because you're working like I said, I was delivering pizza. You could, a lot of illegal immigrants work off the books for cash, blah, blah, blah. So the unemployment numbers are never completely accurate, but there's two different
A lot of the
numbers.
stats are all bait.
Right.
You gotta look at when were you in a better position? Were you in a better position when Trump was president, or when Kamala was president?
Well, Kamala
all the
was
stats can be turned
Kamala
into
was
however
never,
you
Kamala
want
was
to
never
look.
president.
Kamala was never
She was
president.
never
What are you
president.
talking
She was
about?
the vice
Or
president.
you know what I mean?
I
She
don't
was in
know.
office.
If you
Explain it.
think that Joe Biden was running the country,
She was in office.
Biden couldn't even get off the plane without getting lost.
Yeah, but listen, you can say anything you want about Biden. Biden wasn't running the country. He's too fucking old. You know what I'm saying? He had people doing it for him. But I'm gonna tell you this, right? I'm just gonna listen. I'm gonna let you guys know a little something, right? Since 2000, right? 2001, something insane happened. That was 9/11. That changed the political landscape, the geopolitical landscape, and the economic landscape, not only in this country but in the world permanently. What's that? I can't hear you. You're breaking up.
You're breaking up a lot.
Yeah, you're breaking up a lot, bro. Anyway, while he gets his internet back under control, I'll say like once 9/11 happened, it changed a lot. Gas prices would never, and I'm the oldest one here, so I remember when gas prices in New York was like $1.39. I remember going out to Jersey, it was 89 cents a gallon in Woodbridge. You know what I'm saying? You're never gonna see that again, bro. Never. especially after 9/11, right? So we had 9/11, and around 2005, 2006, the rest of the world started getting sick of Bush. The whole thing about America being a victim of a terrorist attack started wearing off in the face on the international stage. Other countries like France, Britain, Germany, Spain were sending coalition forces to the Middle East, in solidarity. And, they were giving cushy jobs. Nobody really wanted to be away from their family for what they felt was like nonsense wars in Afghanistan, and then especially Iraq that had nothing to do with Afghanistan, which a lot of people started feeling like was like Bush, doing it for oil and geopolitical, positioning in the Middle East, being on China's doorstep, whatever, right? A lot of people got tired of that shit. So, and especially the economic toll that those wars took. So when Obama got elected and he beat McCain, Obama inherited a mess from the whole 2 fucking major military war campaigns and the terrorist attack, right? And then when Obama inherited this mess, what did he have to deal with? He had to deal with a housing bubble, because you mentioned housing crisis. I'm going to get into that, right? He dealt with the housing bubble, a tech bubble, airline industry failing, the car industry failing, Occupy Wall Street, right? Everybody was against all the bailouts of Wall Street, and Obama, which is something I was very against, sent trillions of dollars in total to the automobile industry, the airline industry, and bailing out Wall Street, trillions and trillions of dollars, right? He did this in like 08, 09, 2010, right? Fast forward to 2016. How much do you think that injection of trillions of dollars into those markets ended up affecting those markets long term over the next several years? Do you for example, how would your personal, I'm asking all of you, all 3 of you, how would your personal finances in your home improve if I said, yo, here's $100,000 in cash? Like right off the bat, you'd be paying off like debt or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But do you think if I gave you $100,000 in cash each right now, 7 years from now, if you spent it in the right way, you'd be way better off than you were before you got it?
Everything else.
Well, yeah,
But everything else I like I don't
Right.
I don't have
they can hear you. But
So
say
when
what you're gonna say.
so when you're talking about
Sorry, my girl wanted to get involved in the combo.
okay, cool. When you
Come on in. Do you want to get your phone?
when
Get
you're
a computer
talking
and come
about
join.
when you're talking about yeah, man, Trump, we had the best economy under Trump, blah blah blah, this and that. Remember, bro, Obama threw trillions of dollars into these major Wall Street, bailing out the member. Do you guys? How I'm 42. How old were you guys in 2008, 2010? You guys not remember Too Big to Fail?
I was 17.
Bro, go Google Too Big to Fail, bro. I'll Google it for you right now. Bro, too big to fail in theories of banking and finance that certain corporations are too big to fail, bro. This was going on during Obama. This was the justification from Obama taking trillions of dollars in taxpayer money and dumping it into big banks, Wall Street, big finance companies, blah, blah, blah. How do you think the stock market and your 401ks are going to respond within the next 7 to 10 years after they get a huge influx of that kind of cash? Because under Obama, thanks to the fucking wars under Bush, those banks were failing. They weren't lending any money to anybody. We had a housing bubble. Do you guys understand what a housing bubble is? I'm not here to insult. I just want to know what you guys know about what a housing bubble is.
Yep.
What is it?
I worked in the mortgage industry for a long time.
So break it down what the housing bubble is.
I mean, it's a very vague question you're asking.
All right, I'll keep it as simple as I can. So when people don't have enough money to put
It
down
depends
on
how you perceive it, because there's a lot of different opinions on why it happens.
So when
and
property values go up,
things like that. Like I know people that swear that the last crash was because of Roe v. Wade. But that's a whole another thing to go down.
all right, so I'm gonna try to break down the housing bubble as I know it, right? So when property values go up, and people are buying, it's a buyer's market. Oh shit, everybody's putting their houses up for sale, right? There comes a point where, and this was due to what you were in the mortgage industry. So what was this due? What was this partially due to? A lot of lenders finagling numbers.
There's a lot of bad loans going on.
Yeah, a lot of bad loans going on, trying to close deals, right? Trying to get people into houses that they knew they couldn't afford just to close. Oh, you babysit? on the side, make an extra. Oh, we're gonna put you make 80 grand a year babysitting.
Yeah.
You're making an extra 50,000 a year dog walking. Let's put that down. You were in the mortgage lending industry, so you know that I know what I'm talking about. You know I'm not full of shit right now, right? So when people were getting loans for houses they couldn't afford, right, to facilitate purchasing these houses, right, and I'm sure Jake Heath will join us. It looked like he froze. And when the obvious, like, the simple supply and demand, when people are shopping more and buying more, the price goes up. Price goes up. Like if something is in demand, the price goes up. If something's not in demand, it goes down. Right? If nobody's buying something, you can't charge $90,000 for a car that nobody's buying. They just discontinue those cars, right? So when you have property values going up and up and up, and people are buying and buying, it reaches a point where the buying slows down because all of a sudden people aren't getting approved for these loans anymore. The houses are too much money. So now all of a sudden people are sitting on these houses that are like, yo, my house got appraised for $700,000. And you put it up for sale and nobody's fucking buying it. Nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying anything. And all of a sudden, boom, that bubble bursts. And the property values go down across the board. And everywhere except for big liberal, you know how they say liberal cities are liberal hellholes? Everywhere except liberal cities like fucking New York City. And I'll tell you, because I was living in Florida, my boy was upside down in this house in Riverview for a long time. A lot of those housing prices went down and people were upside down on their mortgage. I mean, you guys know, I don't have to break that down for the chat or anybody that knows what upside down means, right? That means the value of your house no longer equals the amount you owe more in the house than what you could sell it for. So if you still have $270,000 left on your loan and your house is only valued at $220,000, even when you sell the house, you're not walking away with money. Usually when you buy a house, Lazy, what do? You buy a house and you make money off it, right? You pay off the mortgage and you probably have equity in the house. Well, nobody.
You pay off the mortgage, and if you move early, if you sell early, you get some of the money back.
Right.
But even it's the same thing with cars right now. The car market, people have negative equity on their car because they spent more than MSRP because there was the shortage. Fast forward now, people are trading in those cars and they owe 60 grand on the car. The car's only worth 40. You try and trade it in, they're giving you the 20, 30 that it's worth on trading value, and now you're passed out on the rest.
That's what happened. That's what happened to me with my GLI when I had a 2019 GLI 35th anniversary edition Volkswagen Jetta. I actually made money on it because the chips that there was a chip shortage making the used cars so much more money than what they were, and I actually made money off it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
remember.
So
I remember
I
all
actually
that.
got paid $3,000 to trade in that car and got a brand new 2022 Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. And I paid less. I was paying
Wait,
$480.
it's been 2 years since you got that car?
No,
Feels like you got that car yesterday.
I got another car. I got a 2024 Sonata now. But I'm saying when I got the 2022, it was a white car. It was a hybrid. I actually made $3,500 off the deal. I took that $3,500 that I made and put down cash for that Sonata. And I had that car that I bought. That Sonata was about $7,000 more a month. That car was retails like $7 grand more than what my GLI was, right? And I paid $435 a month for that when I was paying $481 for the Jetta, because of the used car market, because everything was going down, because they were trying to move inventory and shit like that, because the car market was fucking slowing up. So I actually made good on that. But as far as like the housing market goes, we're in the house. The housing bubble burst. You know what I'm saying? Obama had to deal with the housing crisis. Banks were losing money, and all the banks got a shit ton of money from Obama, bro. Like a lot of people were against it. I was one of those people that was like, yo, I don't want my hard-earned money to fucking bail out banks. I should be getting bailed out. Why aren't I getting the money?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
banks get bailed out quite often. There have been several.
But
bank
this was
bailouts,
was like the largest bailout since this was like the largest bailout of all time when Obama did it. So the point I'm trying to make is when people tell me that my 401k was doing better on the Trump, everything was cheap, everything was better on the Trump. Things were getting better as Obama was leaving because he just threw fucking trillions of dollars into these markets. The airline industry, the auto industry, all this other shit was getting a shit ton of money thrown into it several years before. Trump just walked into this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I could have ran the fucking country and watched unemployment go down. I could have ran the country and fucking seen, the stock market do well. Was there a lot of confidence when Trump won because he was a businessman? Yes. 100%. I think that was a positive influence also as well. Like Trump is a billionaire. Trump is a businessman. Trump, knows the market. He's wealthy. So there was a lot of confidence in it as well. But that confidence is only going to take you so far. The actual reason why, the markets were doing so good is because of all the money that this government threw into it like 6 years before that. The reason why unemployment was going down was because of the unemployment numbers that were going down under Obama. Remember, also Obama lifted the sanctions on Iran and the embargo on Cuba, opening up the door for Boeing. As soon as Obama lifted the sanctions off of Iran, Boeing started making multi-billion-dollar deals to sell aircrafts to Iran. You don't think that had anything to do with a lot of these fucking American companies like Boeing making shit tons of money now that the door is open to sell shit to Iran? The embargo lifted on Cuba on his way out. Now we're doing business with Cuba. You don't think that? You think opening doors for people to do business is good for the economy or bad for the economy?
I think it's definitely good, 100%. It's good to open doors, allowing money to kind of fluctuate through.
So my thing is,
The
why did
only way
Trump
to help
close
the
it
economy.
afterwards? Why did Trump want to freeze Iran's ass? And bro, they do these things and they say terrorism and this and that, but like, bro, I mean, that's just the bullshit that they tell you. Fucking terrorism. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, you play ball. If you play ball, a president will do business with you. If a new guy's in office and you don't want to play ball with that new guy, that's like, think about it like this, bro. Like, me and you have a good relationship in SIVA, right? And let's say you're doing your whole thing with like the new app and everything, and with the whole wagering. And let's say I sell SIVA and I walk off, and someone else comes in and their boys would 1v1 me. Where does that leave you? You know what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden it's like, I'm gonna close that door. I'm gonna bring in my own guys. I'm gonna do business here. They told me not to do business with you. Like that's how it is. Like new president comes in, brings his own crew, got a lot of people that are loyal to him, and then all of a sudden doors that were open.
Real quick, Jay Keith and Manny disconnected. If you want to wait for them, we could the talk about the app and the wagering thing real quick while we wait for them to reconnect.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, so everybody in stream, I'm working with a sports book as we speak to do all league games where teams get a odd, let's say Spicy Boys are minus 220 to win. You could bet on the games against the book, and I will be also doing side wagers as well, middlemaning. And with the betting on the game against the book, we're also going to be doing props and whatnot, player points and all that to get it going.
So how is it different than what 1v1 is doing? Is it different?
Yes and no, because 1v1 me is generally it's just about being able to bet. The thing that 1v1 me does is after a certain amount of people pick a team, they don't allow you to like pick the favorite.
Right.
We will adjust odds based on how many people pick the favorite. However, we're also going to be allowing props and parlays. Sorry, I'm a little sick. We're going to be allowing props and parlays, and also we're going to be opening up a line of credit for consistent gamblers where you don't have to pay up front, as well as offering weekly cash outs and bonuses and promos, kind of like FanDuel, but for all leagues. So we're going to hopefully start with SIBA. If we can get half on board, cool. If I can get Ev and UPA on board, that's cool too. I want to be able to get everybody involved so there could be multiple wagers going on, as well as being able to bet on wagers, because we know the 2K community is a bunch of degenerates.
Well, you're always getting, there's always a big problem with people getting stiffed and welts and all this other shit, right? So,
And that's why I kind of want to be the forefront. When it's small, it'll be just like one or two people middlemaning. As it grows, we'll have multiple people, as well as if we put the games on the sports book, there won't be any more scamming or welching or anything because it's a sports book. And if we do the two things I want to do, like I said, is money up front, you deposit it, you play with it, pause. But then also, if you end up getting a line of credit based on how much you bet with us, it'll be a weekly payout. And let's say you're up $1,000 at the end of the month, you'll get a cash app or direct deposit for that money. And instead of allowing other people to just make money off of the leagues and whatnot, you're also making side wages.
right,
One thing that I will be trying to implement is allowing people the ability to bet. However, if the sports book does feel like a lot of it becomes rigged, we instantly lose it. So, I mean, I understand people want to make money, but let's be smart about it because if it's a long lasting thing, it spices up all leagues, honestly.
well,
Right now, if people want, right now,
hopefully,
if people want,
hopefully, you'll be able to bet on SIBA regular season games. You got to work on that, you know.
oh yeah, 100%. What'll happen is I am hoping that the E games end up getting posted like to have the lock time now. Hopefully, showing lock times, and then if it goes to lock times, where where right, tomorrow Shasters play Ellie's at this time. As long as I get a submitted roster at least 3-4 hours before the game, I could put props in because realistically it'll be me implementing all the lines and all that. I'm probably gonna end up needing somebody like Pest and things like that,
Right.
and to use Pest scores to dictate the props. And honestly, the thing I'm gonna have to figure out to do is everybody who's making accounts with the sports book, I'm gonna find a way to do it where if you're from the 2K side, your username has to be very similar to your Discord name. So especially if I see people betting on themselves on the under and then they're doing dick, I'm gonna figure out a way um to
Yeah,
fix it. Like I said,
we get them up
if
out
it
of there if
feels
that's
like
the case, you
people
know.
if, like I said, if people like start rigging and stuff like that, we would step in and remove it. But my overall goal is that people would want it to last and be good because I also think 1v1 me has a limit on how much you can bet. I think it's 500. If I were able to get it at a higher rate, I think that would be good, especially with credit. Um, but if it ends up being like how 1v1 me or like how Prize Picks was with the 2K League, we would have to get rid of it. I don't want anything. If you want to cook it, you can.
Well, listen. We'll
Yeah.
cross that bridge when we get there. I'm sure
No,
you
no, I'll
guys.
eat some.
I'm sure you guys will iron out a lot of details and stuff like that before it goes
Yeah, we're
live.
ironing it out. The first thing that we're definitely hoping to get started. I wanted to do the finals of SIBA, but I just didn't have it set up in time. I got the Discord up and running, and that's another thing to be able to bet on. Baby, the thing isn't in. The pen. That's the pen. Oh, if we were to do it, um, you have to get into the Discord that I told you about, which then allows you the link to make a account. So everybody would have to be a paid member. So not every Tom, Dick, and Harry can just get in. Um, so it would only be for people kind of, not trying to sound funny, that have money to blow on wager. I don't want just any random being able to just make an account, bet $20, rig it, and then they keep going, which is also another way to stop it. And then when we do the props and all that, we're gonna do the numbers at a pretty good rate. So, like for example, Give me the number one scorer this season.
The number one scorer this season?
Yeah.
I don't. It could have been Dosh. I know he led the. I know he led the Shaolin conference in scoring. I don't know if he led everybody. I think it was Lil Gliz.
So
It might have been Gliz.
so I would be like Liz's over under would be 24 and a half points. And let's say me, you, and Bestford take the over. The over will then increase where it'll be like, all right, now it's 26 and so on and so forth. So even if like people are trying to rig it, the odds and the over and unders will change. So at one point, let's say everybody takes rushing elephants to win, um, in a best of one. I take it, you take it. It started out at minus 180. By the time it gets to the fifth or sixth person, it'll be minus 240. So even if you put $100 on it, you're only making $30 compared to if me, you, and somebody take rushing elephants, and then somebody takes the other side, the odds will change over there and make them more underdog where their 50 wins them 130 now. It'll be good for everybody. And like me and you talked about, it's all about avoiding people throwing games. Because also it does make the league look bad as a whole if people are throwing games. Because at the end of the day, there's a select group of people who will bet $400 or $500 on a money line game. Those people, if they're throwing games, they're gonna ruin it for everybody. But at the end of the day, it's about being able to have fun and make money. Because now that the league is done, you make a 10 leg parlay with props and then the money line, it can win you $1,000, let's say. But then I find out you rigged it. One, you're not getting that payout. Two, you're banned, and now three, we can't do it no more.
Right. Well, listen, we're not gonna let anybody fuck around with it, bro. Like, this is something that we're gonna take serious. And we had enough of this fucking bullshit where people are getting scammed and well-starred bets.
That's honestly the main focus. Being a middleman is probably the best thing that we could start with, just because, for example, I saw something on timeline the other day. I don't know the full story, so I'm not going to go into details.
Right.
But the thing with K Money taking the blame for a side bet or whatever, $100,
Right.
that all gets avoided with us having legit middlemen, and we'll take a piece of it. So if it was $100 he was supposed to send, that would have made it a $200 bet. We charge, let's say, 10-20%. We're taking $40, but we're guaranteeing you're getting the money. Now all wagers are confirmed. Oh, if you don't want to use the middleman service, I don't want to make the wager with you because you can't be trusted. Because if you really have the money, nobody's going to be worried about a middleman.
Now let me ask you a question. Going back to what we were talking about before, right? You're Puerto Rican, right?
Yes, sir, 100%.
What did you feel about that shit that
The
they
comedian making that comment.
Yeah. What
It's
was your
bothersome, but if you do research, it is actually true. America is using Puerto Rico as a landfill, unfortunately. There are pictures and stuff like that
So why
that
joke about
show
it?
it.
Why poke fun at that though? Is my thing.
Oh, he was wrong for poking fun, and I don't know if you've seen the aftermath. Trump actually responded and said that Puerto Rico is a beautiful island. He loves the island of Puerto Rico, and
But
he
why do I
definitely.
care that he's backtracking after the damage is done and doing damage control? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, am I gonna give this guy props for saying, yo, I didn't say it. It's beautiful out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, why is he getting props for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? That's to me that's insane to say. Like, like, yeah, man, it was bothersome and it was
I
fucked
mean,
up. But Trump
honestly,
said it was
speech.
beautiful. He said later on
We
he said it
always
was a beautiful
we
island.
always talk about it. People are gonna make jokes, and people are entitled to their opinion. I mean, think about it. You text me and be like, "Yo, is Eyeball allowing you to get in the booth today?" Like a little poking fun. His fun was directed at a whole race and an island, which definitely makes it unfortunate. And I definitely agree with you on that
But
because it does
I'm
it is
poking fun at you
hurtful.
about something that's like lighthearted. We're not joking about like an island, struggling with a garbage crisis after two hurricanes ripped it apart. You know what I'm saying? During a presidential
Nah, yeah,
campaign.
100%. And
That's like saying, yo,
I definitely.
that's like saying, yo, I joke around with you with eyeballs, so you know how I joke around. I can make fun of you that you got cancer, right? You know what I'm saying? Like two just because they're both jokes, one of them's not funny. You know what I'm saying? Some of these
Yeah.
things are in really bad fucking taste.
No, yeah, 100%. It was a tasteless joke, and it shouldn't have been said. And unfortunately, it was said because the same way people joke about people with cancer and all that, people are gonna joke about an island. It just happens because, I mean, no disrespect to Z Dollar and his brother, but they were throwing a lot of tasteless jokes at one point, and people have to take it with a grain of salt because that's just how they are.
Do you have to take it with a grain of salt though? Like when like for example, what I mean by that is when it's said at a presidential rally during a campaign trail, should we take it with a grain of salt? Should we just suck it up, or should we look at it as like an indictment and
But
on what
a
these people
comedian
think?
said it's not Trump,
Yeah,
but
but I mean, listen, bro, you can't be that naive to think that it was just a comedian said it when, they bring a comedian out there to do offensive race jokes to a crowd full of Make America Great Again hat wear when everybody like the whole stereotype of the Trump campaign is that it's racist, it's bigoted, blah blah blah, because there's so much bigoted rhetoric going on with Haitians and
do
this
you
country's a
think Trump is
shithole and blah blah
racist?
blah, huh?
Do you think Trump is racist?
I mean, listen, if he's not a racist, he does a damn good job of playing one on TV, bro. Because I mean, the things that he says, like calling Haiti a shithole, like even if the country is in like bad economic conditions, you don't call people's country a shithole. You know what I'm saying? You just don't do that. So, like, he says things, and then when he started his campaign trail in 2016, like, he started it on the whole, like, Mexicans, and and we got to stop immigration. These people are coming here. They're bad people, and we got to stop Muslims from flying here. But like, he started his whole campaign with like scapegoating and identity politics, right? Not talking about policies and he just thought, he's like, yo, listen, the economy's fucked up because of these people and because of that person and because of this group. It's always a group of people that he just points the finger to. You know what I'm saying? So then you had a guy that, like, when he was president, the whole Kaepernick thing, get these sons of bitches off the field, blah, 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 all this other. So, like, that whole stereotype of, like, Trump and his supporters being racist, that was a stereotype that was pretty much earned, bro. Like, there's just so much, like, dog whistle racism and bigotry throughout the entire campaign and this entire 4 years. That, like, that should people stop being fools, bro. Like, people have stopped, like, it was one of those things like, yo, what did I say that was racist? I didn't say the N-word. Like, people have started getting tired of that shit. Like, listen, bro, we don't need you to walk outside with a fucking KKK hoodie on, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, we read between the lines. You know what I'm saying? People were reading between the lines with this guy for 4 years. So, whatever the case may be, however we got to the point where a lot of Americans think Trump and his supporters are racist, that's where we got, right? And then you have this whole thing where, like, yo, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get this comedian out here to poke fun of that. We're gonna, like, try to flip it and, like, yo, we're just gonna tell some
So
race jokes.
I don't think they picked that comedian and said, "Yo, go say some racist shit." I don't think they did that.
You don't. So you
I
don't think
definitely
that you
think they
don't
should
think
have
that
checked
you
the
don't.
joke.
Listen, I don't think Trump spoke to the guy, but the people that are running his campaign, you don't think they spoke to him and said, "Yo, here's some things you can joke about. Here's some things you can't joke about." Like, bro, they vet like before anybody answers any president a question. Those questions are vetted beforehand, so they're not getting any curveballs thrown their way. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is vetted, everything's set up. You know what I'm saying? So to throw that guy, like, he's catering to the audience that he's got, and the jokes went too far. And look, people have asked me, like, Billy saying nobody's perfect, bro. You can say, it's just a joke, blah blah blah. Like, listen, I heard him on the Netflix special roasting fucking Tom Brady. It was funny. You know what I'm saying? For a Netflix special. But when you're on the campaign trail, right? Think about this for a second. You're on the campaign trail, and an American Commonwealth in which Puerto Ricans are American citizens, they vote, they pay taxes, they use the American dollar there. My father was born in Puerto Rico. He's an American citizen, born naturally. Didn't have to fucking fill out paper. He's born in Puerto Rico. He's an American citizen, right? They're dealing with a crisis like for landfill and garbage off of two massive hurricanes that ripped that fucking island apart. Ida and what was it, Maria? One of those, both of those hurricanes, right? And then instead of like campaign, you could have campaigned on it and be like, "Yo, listen, we're gonna help the people." And by the way, do you remember like 2 weeks before that? Did you see Trump doing the Telemundo thing where he was talking like a bunch of Hispanic people and they were translating back and forth?
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I was talking to the server. What happened?
He did the Telemundo. He did a Q&A with Hispanic people, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Mexicans, Hispanic
He
people.
was in New York. He was at Southern Southwest on Castle Hill.
No, what I'm saying is he did a Q&A on Telemundo with Spanish-speaking people in which there was interpreters back and forth. And he could have, if that was like a real, if you wanted to shed light on the issue, what's going on in Puerto Rico with landfills, you had a perfect opportunity to do it there. You know, instead of having a comedian make a joke about something that's very real that people are going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, on a Netflix special, yeah, cool. But on a presidential campaign trail to poke fun of fucking Americans that are.
I agree, but it's one of those dark humor truths where he makes that comment about and like you said, this could have been vetted. It could have been a game plan. Him to say that nasty joke, and Trump come up and be like, "I love Puerto Rico. We're gonna fix the problem with Puerto Rico's landfill," and it opens up the conversation.
Right. Again, it's such.
It's still not good. Yes, my wife said it's bad, but
that's a stupid way.
It happens.
That's a stupid way to fucking. That's a stupid way to bring up that fucking argument, bro.
Yo,
That's a
what's the word?
stupid way.
What's the word?
That's a stupid way to say to bring attention to something
Lazy,
by joking about it, bro. Like, are we really like, yo, hold on, I don't want to mute you, bro, but I'm talking to you doing fucking gimmick shit, bro. Like, chill for a second, bro. Nobody cares.
Oh my, you just pulled me up here. I don't know what's going on.
Like, bro, like that's just like if you're gonna sit there and say, yo, they joked about it, but they shed light on the fact. You're trying to tell me there was no other way to bring that up? Like I said, he was on Telemundo 2 weeks ago. You know what I'm saying? He was speaking to Spanish people 2 weeks ago. And and another thing, bro. Like I asked Harlem this the other time. Like, why do Trump supporters lie? Like Billy's in there. What's over Kamala yelling into the camera? Don't say Merry Christmas. How dare you say Merry Christmas? We can't say Merry Christmas anymore. I just Googled it, bro. I just Googled it. And Harris told Americans not to say Merry Christmas until DACA was fixed. How dare we speak Merry Christmas as negotiation rumbles along protection for illegal immigrants brought to the U.S. as children. So whereas Billy a liar because I'm looking at the video right now, Billy. You do what Trump supporters normally do. You lie because the truth makes you look like a racist fuck. She's saying, "Don't you dare." So Kamala Harris is saying, "Don't you dare say Merry Christmas," because there's nothing merry about Merry Christmas. While we have a bunch of illegal immigrant kids getting threatened to fucking getting deported back. Like, how is it a Merry Christmas for them? He's trying to say, like, yo, she's saying you can't say Merry Christmas. We're not allowed to say it. Like, why would you, bro? Like, look, that makes me feel like you're a moron. Like that right there. Like, if I was undecided about who to vote for, right? And I listened to Billy tell me that, and he got me pissed, and I was like, yo, that's fucked up that she said we can't say Merry Christmas. And then I Googled it, and I saw the context. I'll be like, yo, why is this Trump supporter lying to me? You know what? I'm going to vote for Harris, bro. I'm going to vote for Harris. That's crazy. You just got caught in a lie, bro. Like, look, Billy, do us a favor. Just tell us you hate black people, bro. Tell us you're racist, bro. And stop lying. That's my whole thing. That's my whole thing. Like, if people who like Trump would just come out and say, bro, I just don't like black people, immigrants, gay. I just don't like them. I would give you more props. I would give you more respect.
I don't like them.
Why? You know what I'm saying? I would give you way more respect.
Oh, shame number.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now.
Thank you.
Huh?
Like, I would give you way more respect.
A lot of society norms now. A lot of society norms don't allow people to say specific holidays. They want you to say happy holidays anywhere. But what I'm trying to say is, one has to do with the other.
Well,
Somebody can say Merry Christmas and still be concerned about the
what I'm
kids
saying
getting
is there was
bullied.
somebody makes a point saying, "Yo, Kamala Harris says we can't say Merry Christmas," right? You know, there's a lot of morons and there's a lot of idiots out there. Let me tell you something about this whole Merry Christmas nonsense, right? So, obviously, December 25th is Christmas. We all grew up. If you celebrate Christmas, say Merry Christmas, right? Then there's a group. Then there's people who have a different opinion on it, and they say, "Well, you know what? Not everybody celebrates Christmas. There's also Hanukkah. There's other holidays that are surrounding. And when you say Merry Christmas to just anybody, you're kind of assuming like, hey, you know, you celebrate my holiday. How about you say Happy Holidays? Because there's a bunch of holidays at the same time, right? Does that sound more like accommodating and polite? You know, to like not assume like because bro, lazy, you could be Christian right now. You know what I'm saying? But I had an uncle who was Muslim. He's Puerto Rican, but he converted, right? So, I mean, I think Muslims celebrate Christmas anyway. But, you know, you could be Jewish, bro. You could have Jewish family members. And I'm like, yo, Merry Christmas. And I'm like, I don't celebrate the holiday. I actually celebrate Hanukkah. You know, oh, my fault. Happy Hanukkah. You know what I'm saying? Or instead of, like, asking somebody, like, yo, excuse me, what holiday do you celebrate so I can address you? You know, you could just say, Happy Holidays, bro. Happy Holidays to me means, hey, I don't know you, but if you celebrate Christmas, it means Merry Christmas. If you celebrate Hanukkah, it means Happy Hanukkah. If you celebrate something totally different, it means that. Like, to me, Happy Holidays means Merry Christmas. But it's just a blanket statement that you say to people you don't know passing in the street. Now, if I know that you celebrate Christmas, I'm coming over your house for a Christmas party, or I'm going to church, I say Merry Christmas because I know. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people that this may be grasping at straws here, and it's a nonsense issue. But you know, people like Billy who can't tell you straight out that they hate black people, that's why they like Trump. They're gonna fabricate some nonsense. But like, bro, I like Trump because I'm tired of this whole political correct shit. I'm tired of people saying I can't say Merry Christmas. Nobody's ever saying you can't say Merry Christmas. I never heard anybody say that you can't say Merry Christmas. I've heard people say, yo, it's more polite to say Happy Holidays to a stranger. I heard that, but I never heard anybody say you can't say Merry Christmas. I never heard that until he tells me that Kamala Harris said it. I had to Google it. She said it years ago, and she said, "Don't you dare say Merry Christmas while you got a bunch of fucking children out here separated from their families with the whole DACA thing." Remember, kids were here in the U.S. They were ripping kids from their families, putting them in separate internment camps and cages and shit like that. That was going down. So her point was, it's not a Merry Christmas because there's kids out here that can't even celebrate it with their family. Like, that's the point that she was trying to make. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, why lie? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you lie? Like, why lie about that? Like, why is this kid lying about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the one thing I don't understand is why. Just tell the truth, bro. Like, don't even bring that up.
Yeah, I'm back, y'all. My fault.
Yeah, I don't think he was saying that. I think what he was saying was one has nothing to do with the other. So if somebody tells you, so boom, you're dealing with something with your family, your son is sick, somebody walks up to you and says, yo, Merry Christmas. You're gonna be like, oh, don't tell me Merry Christmas because my son is sick. One has
No,
nothing to do with the other. You can be like, oh,
listen to me,
I
bro. Listen,
appreciate it, just going through a lot.
I will rehash the context
I mean,
again.
everything sounds real sensitive.
I will rehash the
sensitivity
context
anyway.
again because I think you missed it, right? So during the whole DACA thing, and when I saw the video when she was saying it, she was all dressed up. This was during the holiday season, right? So she was trying to make the point during the Christmas season, during the holiday season, when there were kids in this was high profile, when kids were getting ripped from their parents' arms and sent in different fucking chain link fenced cages from their parents around the holidays. She was trying to draw attention to the fact that, yo, we're out here celebrating Christmas, blah, 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 saying Merry Christmas. Don't you dare say Merry Christmas while we got a bunch of kids spending the Christmas holidays in a cage away from their parents. Like, she was trying to shock you into realizing that, bro, there's something going on that's wrong. Huh?
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Billy. So Billy just lied about Kamala Harris telling people that they're not allowed to say Merry Christmas. I just caught him in a lie about it.
Come
right?
on.
You know what
I
I'm saying?
mean, it ain't that crazy, Billy. Come on.
I mean, you like again, like I agree, like I said, but it's not a crazy thing. Like, why are we getting wrapped up in this nonsense? But my thing is, if it's not that crazy, why are we lying about it? Like, I no longer care about the Merry Christmas thing. I'm asking myself, why did this dude just lie? Like, that's my question now. Like, I want to know why this dude who loves Trump just lied about something that his political fucking opponent just said. Like, why are you lying about it? Like, when, all right, for example, like when I was talking to you and you said, yo, she's not black, she's Indian. I asked you, why did you lie about that? Like, Billy just said in the chat, she's not black, she's Indian. Why'd you lie about that? I'm asking you a serious question. Why did you lie about Kamala Harris not being half black? What was the point in you doing that? Come on, Harlow, I'm looking for an answer. You wanted to join the discussion. I want to know.
I mean, I look at it like this, man.
No, can you,
You know,
hold on, before you, can you
all
answer
right.
me why you lied about that, though? Like, what was the point about lying about it?
Why did he lie?
No, why did you, when you said in that chat that day, like a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
you
what
said,
did I say?
yo, she's a Hindu Indian, she's not black. When her father is a black person born in Jamaica, his parents, her grandparents on her father's side, both of them are Jamaican-born black people. Like, her dad is, like, my dad was Puerto Rican. Like, look, my dad was Puerto Rican.
I'm gonna let you talk because you like to throw your whole sheet over somebody's fucking face. So I'll let you I'll let you throw everything at me. Go ahead.
All right,
Talk
so
for 20 minutes and let me respond for 10
it's
seconds.
not gonna take me, bro. It's not. I promise you, it won't take me 20 minutes, bro. I promise you, it'll take me 2 seconds. So my dad is Puerto Rican, right? Both of his parents were Puerto Rican.
Is Puerto Rico part of the American soil continent?
No. Wait.
Puerto Rico
It is,
part
but
of
it is, but it's also an ethnicity. That Hawaii is part of the United
Puerto
States, but
Rico's culture has nothing to do with American culture.
bro, it's an American territory, just like Hawaii is a state.
Feach, if you was born blooded born
Right.
in the birthplace of Puerto Rico, you was born on the island of Puerto Rico, and you was raised there and moved to America,
Right.
you would not have American cultures, and people would not look at you as an American. She's not American. She's not American. Her culture wasn't American. Her upbringing.
How was it called?
American.
Okay, so hold on. So you just said, wait, you just said that if I was born in Puerto Rico, I wouldn't have American culture. But she was born in California, so how does she not have American culture?
No. Feach, listen. Let me explain something to you real quick, yo. And I could pull up my camera and I could show you things.
Oh, get on, bro. I'm on camera. Get on. Why aren't
Things
you on
wouldn't
camera right
even
now? Why aren't you,
believe about her.
bro? Turn your camera on, bro. I want to see who I'm talking to, bro. Turn your camera on. I want to know why you lied and said she wasn't black. Like, that's my thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of having a conversation about like why she's good or bad for the country, we have to talk about her ethnicity because you lied about it. That's my whole thing. That's
How
my
did I
whole
lie about her being American?
No, you said in those chats, you said that she wasn't black, she was Hindu. And I told you that her last name is Harris, and her dad his name is Donald Harris, and he was born in Jamaica, right? And both of his parents were both Jamaican-born black people, right? So I'm sitting here like, bro, why did you lie about? Like, it's obvious with a quick Google search, you could see who her dad was. Like, that's like saying that. That's like saying, bro, that's like saying I'm not Puerto Rican, I'm Italian. Yeah, I'm Italian. My mother's side of the family's from Italy, but there's a whole other side of me that's from Puerto Rico. Like, a man and a woman gets it. Do I have to go over biology for you guys? Like, man, women, fuck, make a child, right? And that child comes out half the DNA of the mom, right? Half the DNA of the dad. My mom's DNA, pure-blooded Italian. My dad's DNA, pure-blooded Puerto Rican. You're gonna come up here and say, yo, Feach, you not even fucking Puerto Rican, bro. You're Italian. Okay, I'm Italian, yes, I am. But I'm also Puerto Rican. No, you're not. That's a lie. That's an obvious lie, bro. That's an obvious lie. She wasn't born in India. So if you're going to say, yeah, but her mother was born in India, but father was born in Jamaica, right? She has equal claim to each ethnicity. Why are we, A, talking about that nonsense when it comes to this fucking woman? And B, why are people lying about it is what I'm saying. Like, what is the fucking, like, my thing is, like, why is it important to Trump supporters, right, to emphasize that she's not black? Like, why is it important to you, if you like Trump, why is it important to you that people know she's not black? That's what I want to know.
I'm going to explain why. The reason why is because her whole entire, listen to me, please, real quick.
Okay.
Her whole entire campaign, right, she is literally pandering towards black American soiled people. Black American, I don't like using that word black. American soiled people, right? From the soil of America.
Right.
Grandfathers, my father's father's father,
Right.
right? My mother's mother,
Right.
right? From the 1800s. I have pictures in my house right now from the 1800s. My father's father's father,
Right.
my mother's mother is from this direct land that me and you are sitting on right now,
Okay.
where your descendants is from another land out in the Caribbean Ocean, right? Her descendancy, her ancestors are not from this American soil. She was moved here. She was moved here to this soil and born on the soil. And she and her grandfather and grandmother and her culture and traditions is not from the you know what I'm talking about. She is not from the
No.
Jim Crow era. She is not from the 1968
Man.
act,
I gotta Google this.
civil rights act and all that. She's not from any of that. She's not from any of this stuff. She is not a pure breaded traditional from the soil of this land American black. She's not. And
Kamala
that's
Harris
just
is
a
born
fact.
October 20th, 1964.
Huh?
She was born October 20th, 1964.
I'm talking about her culture and who she is.
Yeah, she was
She's not
born
from.
in.
Yeah.
Where was she born? She was born in Oakland, California. The very, very foreign
Of course.
land of Oakland, California.
All right. And what father? All right. And her father nutted in an Indian woman on the land, on the soil of America.
Right. So.
Right. And her whole upbringing was not from the Black American people.
Here's
She's
her dad.
not from the Black American people.
Here, I got a picture
You
of her
know this
dad on the
DNA.
stream. I want everybody to watch this on the stream. Right.
So
Does this man look black?
Are you Dominican? Are you Dominican?
I just want to know if this man looks black. Yo, Black, if you
Hold
want
on,
to
what's
join, just join
black?
Publix. I'm saying I got him up on the
Sammy
stream right
Sosa.
now.
Pull up Sammy Sosa. Pull up Sammy Sosa. Pull up Sammy Sosa.
Bro, Sammy Sosa's Dominican. This guy's Jamaican.
No.
His name is Harris.
No. Pull up Sammy Sosa. No. I don't care if you know he's Dominican. Pull up Sammy Sosa. But before he whitewashed his skin.
What
Pull
about
up Sammy
him?
Sosa.
Yeah, well, he's dark. He's dark skin colored. Yes.
All right. So if Sammy Sosa was her father, you see, he's black. No, he's not black. He's Dominican,
Right.
and her father's Jamaican. That's not the same American
okay, so
culture.
the
Now, if
specific.
was
Hold on,
from
I'm going to address
Louisiana,
that. The specific
father was
is
from Louisiana,
he's Afro-Jamaican. Afro-Jamaicans and Jamaicans are. Hold on, wait a second. I'm going to answer you. Afro-Jamaicans.
I'm in here, Fish. I'm in here, but go ahead.
All right. Afro-Jamaicans are Jamaicans of predominantly African descent. They represent the largest ethnic group in the country. So her dad is a black man with descendants from Africa who was born in Jamaica. Right? So his ancestors were brought here during the slave trade, right? They're from Africa. He was born on the land they call Jamaica. So he's Jamaican by birthright and by culture. But his ethnicity is black. These are things that I didn't think we'd ever have to talk about.
Yeah, but Feast, hear me out.
I have the picture
Can I say
right
something?
here.
Can I say something?
Please say
Yeah,
something, bro.
Before y'all go ahead. All right, so Kamala Harris's father, yeah, he was born in Jamaica. His father before him was born of how do I say this? His mother was basically like a slave in Jamaica, and the dude that fathered him was white, was a colonizer in Jamaica. That's how she got that part of her to be black. It wasn't like her whole lineage is black, and then after that, her father and her mother, which was Indian and Jamaican.
Wait, say that again. Say that again. How did she get? Say that again. What are you talking about?
All right, y'all was saying that Kamala Harris's father is black.
Yes, he's right here. I got his Wikipedia page up right now. He was born in Brownstown Colony of Jamaica.
Right. Now, his father before him was mixed because his great-grandfather
early life
was a white man. You get what I'm saying?
He was the son of Oscar Joseph Harris and Beryl Christine Harris, who were both Afro-Jamaicans. So his father was also black, and his wife was also
What the
black.
hell is an Afro-Jamaican? That's
I
what I'm
just
trying to say.
explained
Get
it
off
to
the
you.
Google.
I
She
just
was mixed
explained
with
it to
white.
you. It's like an African. You're African American. You can trace your roots back to Africa. They're African
That's what they
Jamaican.
All right.
said. That's what they
How
said.
are
That's
you not
not real.
understanding
Listen,
this
but
though?
Feach,
How are we
Feach,
not
listen.
getting this? What is
This shit
difficult?
goes real
What is
deep. Hold on,
difficult
hold on.
about
I'm not,
understanding
It goes
this?
deep.
I don't got too long to stay on this.
Yeah,
and
go ahead. It
argue
goes
with y'all.
deep. Just
But
know it goes
listen,
deep. It's cool.
my thing with the whole Kamala Harris trying to play on the black plight thing is I feel like she didn't want to be black until she needed the votes. That's just my
Where did she go?
opinion.
Do you
That's
know
how-
where?
that's
Do you
how
know where
I
she
feel
went?
about
Do
it.
you know where she went to college?
Understand where she went to
No,
college.
tell me
There's
where
white
she went to
people- there's white
college.
people- there's white
Tell
people that-
me
What
where
does
she
that
went to
mean?
college.
What does that
HBCU.
mean?
She went to HBCU. I forgot the name. She went to
She went
HBCU.
to Howard
Columbia
University.
University.
There's white people that go there.
is on
There's white people
116th
that go
Street in Harlem.
to HBCUs like Brown and Howard and shit just to indulge themselves into black.
So you're
culture
trying to tell
because-
me? So hold on. You trying to
because
tell? How,
she
what?
did
Let,
not
let me.
live that
Let me.
life.
I'm gonna
She
put.
was- she was
I'm
not-
gonna
she
put
was
this
not
into
around
context
that.
for you, so you can, so we can understand what you're trying to say. How old are you when you start your freshman year in college? If you finish high school on time, assuming you finish high
17.
school on time.
17.
17, 18. So you're trying to tell me at 17, 18 years old, she said to herself, you know what, I'm going to go to Howard University because one day when I become president, I'm going to be able to need to pander to black votes? She knew that at 18? Or did she go to Howard University because she's half black and she felt comfortable there? That's where she wanted to go. Like, why is this a topic of conversation about this woman?
Speech.
Like,
I know people that
here's
I
her
know
dad
people-
right
I know-
here.
I know niggas that's darker than me, and I'm pretty dark that go to HBCUs because they don't feel black enough.
Her dad is right here on the screen, right here. The dude looks like,
Hold
bro,
on,
the
I
dude
can't-
looks
I
like
can't-
Jimi Hendrix, bro. He's right here.
I can't see the stream and this at the same time. Hold on, because I'm on the
Take
phone.
a look at a
Bro,
picture
this-
of
this
her
is who, her
dad,
father?
bro.
Yeah,
If
that
I
is
showed
her
you
father.
this
You know, I just
picture,
noticed, yo, and I don't want to say this to you
But
right now.
again, he's light skinned.
I just noticed
He
something,
probably
Pete.
look dark to you right
bro.
now,
You
but
think
he's
black
light-skinned.
means melanated skin
holy
color? You're crazy.
shit.
You're
What does
crazy.
black
He's
mean
light-skinned.
then?
You're crazy.
What does black
He's
mean then?
light-skinned.
What does it mean? What
He's
is-
light skinned.
what is black
You could be, bro. You could be
I
black
can't
ethnically
believe
and
what
still
we're. I
Damn,
can't.
he's
be white
Sosa is
appearing.
darker than her father.
Oh my
You could be black
God.
ethnically featured and still be white appearing.
This is, bro. Yo, honestly, if
You
Trump
could look-
wins,
you
bro,
could
if
look
Trump
like the white
wins,
boy
this country's
and
cooked.
still be a nigga.
Like, yo, I'm be honest with you, bro. If Trump wins, this country's fucked because you guys are fucking
What
out
y'all,
of your
what y'all
mind.
fail to
President
realize is this
president.
country is
You
fucked
guys are
either way.
out of your fucking
Country's
minds.
fucked
No,
either
I'm
way, regardless
actually,
of who wins.
bro, talking to you
Regardless of
guys.
who wins, the country's fucked either way.
No, I don't
just
believe.
trajectory of
Listen,
America
I used to
regardless.
believe. Black,
But
I
what I'm
used to.
saying is this.
I used to believe that. I did. But after hearing you guys talk about, after hearing,
that's how I feel.
after hearing Harris's opposition, I have to believe that, bro. If Harris don't win, we're fucked. Because then your ideas are in the White
She's
House.
causing her own problems.
How is she causing her own problems by existing, by running for president?
No. Hear me out. Hear me out.
What are
Hear
we
me out.
talking about?
There's a video right now. I'll send it to you right now. I'll send it to you.
Where
Right?
she
I'll
has
send it
where
right
she
now.
speaks in a certain accent to black people. Yes.
I got a question, though, Feach. How do we get on this topic of debating her blackness anyway? Like, what does this have to do with?
Because I'll tell you why. I'll tell you where we got it. Because Trump supporter Billy was in the chat saying she's not even black, she's Indian, right? A white,
not.
and then reminded me of a conversation I had with Harlem where he said the same thing. She's not black, she's Indian.
So this is
why
because
you
of
mad at me?
a
Because
person
that's
of
bad.
questionable intelligence.
No,
Yeah.
black. That's my thing is that's the entire. That's the entire. Black. That's the entire other side of the argument. Like when I'm listen, and let's say I'm undecided, bro.
Now while we here. That
Listen,
makes
let me
sense.
explain. Look, let's say I don't know who to vote for. Listen, hold on, wait a second. Let's say I don't know who to vote for, right? And I talk to person A who wants to vote for Kamala Harris, and I talk to person B who wants to vote for Donald Trump. And I talk to Kamala Harris supporter, and she starts saying things like, listen, you're going to do this, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm hearing all these policies, and like, we're going to do that. And then I turn around to the Trump supporter and he says, yo, the reason why you got to vote for Trump and not her is because, bro, she's pretending to be black and pandering to black people. She's not even black. This and that. Her skin color is too light. And as someone who's like trying to figure out who to vote for, like I'm scared to death.
Nobody's saying that.
I'm scared to death of Trump winning because if these are the arguments that I'm getting from that side, I'm scared to fucking death.
But you getting that from Billy.
But that's the majority. Listen, that's the majority of people.
We're getting that from
That's the
Philly.
majority of
We got
Trump supporters,
singles.
bro. That you're told. We're not just bringing up Billy and Harlem. That's all of them. That is all. They didn't just get this out of the blue. These are YouTube videos and bloggers and fucking podcasters and Trump saying it. One day she's black.
What do
Next
you
day
mean
she's
YouTube videos?
I mean,
Videos of
people entitled to
people. You know what I'm saying? Like
opinion,
people.
you know
Like
what
I
I mean?
had somebody on Facebook the other day. I'll pull it up, telling me she's Irish. I'm like, bro, does she look Irish? What the fuck am I doing? Somebody who loves Trump
You just want to
telling me that she's Irish, bro. She's Irish. Like, I want to talk about things that make the country better, bro. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about, like, if you really don't like this woman, give me some reasons what's wrong with her. I don't want to hear you tell me you shouldn't vote for her because she's Irish pretending to be black.
Hey, yo.
And I take a look at a picture of her and she's fucking dark as fuck. She doesn't look Irish at all. That's like telling me fucking, that's like Harlem trying to tell me right now he's German. What the fuck? Like, why am I, you know what I'm saying? Like, people tell me, yo, Trump's going to make the country better. Why? Because Kamala Harris is pretending to be black. Like, that's not a reason why Trump will make the country better. Like, every time I talk to somebody who likes Trump, they always come up with this fucking weird shit.
Hey, yo, Feach, look at this. Look at this. What does this say?
I don't see anything right now.
You don't see nothing?
Now, I see you. Yeah.
You see me?
Yeah. I see
see me
you
right
in all,
now?
I see you in all your Swedish glory.
Can you see me right now?
Yes, you look Swedish to me.
What does this say?
First Indian American U.S. Senator. Yes. So? She's Indian.
What does this say?
Okay, so she's Indian. Yes. She's half
What
Indian.
does this say?
She's half
November 9th.
she's half Indian. Nobody
When did she become black? When?
Bro.
When did she become black,
Listen,
motherfucker?
bro.
When?
How
did
do
this
you
woman
not
become
under-
black?
How do you-
Black!
Oh my god.
The first motherfucker!
She's the first person.
fucking first.
Yeah, she's the first person of Indian descent.
Hold on.
US senator. What,
And 8 years ago,
what are you trying to say? That she's not black?
8 years ago, right? This woman could have said, I am the first black Indian American. No.
Why would she say that she's the first black Indian American, bro? What the hell fucking sense does that make?
Black?
What
She
sense
said
does that
Indian.
make? That's not the
California.
point, bro.
Kamala Harris
And hey,
becomes first Indian American U.S. Senator.
did she write that article?
16th of November. That's
Did she
wild.
write the article? Did she write that article? Somebody wrote an article saying, hey, she just won. You know what? We've never had someone of Indian descent.
Wow.
Someone wrote an article and said, hey, we never had someone of Indian descent become a U.S. senator. Technically, Kamala Harris is half Indian, so she's Indian American, right?
So what do you say? Oh, no, hold on.
Oh,
Back
but
up.
hold on.
What are you saying?
By that logic, is Steph Curry white or black?
Steph Curry's father is Del Curry.
Thank you. So then she's black. Thank you very much for playing.
Del Curry is from the soil of America.
What does that fucking mean, bro?
That means that he is an actual
Bro,
blooded.
this is why I don't like this debate when it comes to politics. Y'all want to debate on their ethnicity.
No, I don't want to debate on it, black. I don't want to have this debate, bro. I don't.
What's the policies? What's the changes?
That's what I'm saying. No, black. That's what I'm saying. I'm on your side. I don't want to have this conversation. Bro, I don't want to have this debate, bro. I don't want to talk about this. I get dragged into this shit. I get dragged into this shit by people who like Trump because they have nothing else.
No.
Nothing else.
Those are uninformed voters, but I'm not trying.
But that's what makes up the majority of the electorate for fucking Donald Trump and all Republicans. Uninformed voters. Idiots.
How are we uninformed and the information is thrown in our faces every day?
Black, you want black? Please, tell bro. Black just told you right now.
That her ethnicity is not really the end all be all of.
No, hold
whether
on.
she makes a good candidate or not.
No,
though.
black. I'm not saying that. Hold on, hear me out. First of all, number one, I could go into the real reasons why she's insane. Number one, I go into a million reasons.
So
What I'm
let's get
saying
into
is,
that.
hold on, hear me out. What I'm saying is, I have not seen her gather a bunch of Indians around and say, "Hey, Indian Americans, all the Indians in America, I am you, you are me, we are us. Come together." No, she's getting down in the Western when I was back in the days, and you better vote for me, and fried chicken and gravy, and like, what the fuck are you? Kamala, you're the first Indian
You're right.
American. Why
She
are you
do.
talking like
You
that,
gotta understand.
Kamala?
You gotta understand why though,
Why are you
because
talking like
again,
KFC
the
fried
black
chicken
vote
all of a
is a
sudden?
major
What's
part
up
of
with you? That's
this
weird.
country.
Well, you
That's
what do you
weird.
so,
I
The
know
Indian
that's weird.
population is not as large as us.
and
It's white,
not only
black,
that
and
not
then pretty much, and then Hispanic, and then maybe I think it might be Asian, and then Indian.
not only
You understand
that
what I'm
but
saying?
not only that but she is black. So I mean, like, you know, why
You
would
keep
she
saying
not?
she's black. What do you mean?
I just, bro, do I have to keep putting up the picture of her dad again? Here he is
But
again.
this is my thing though. Regardless of her being black, who got the better policy? Like, let's talk about
We
that.
that's it,
Yeah,
bro.
that's what
Black,
I'm
that's the
saying.
thing,
Let's
bro.
talk
That's
about
the
that.
thing. Listen, let me tell you something. And I'm glad
Who's
you
gonna
actually.
bring the
I'm,
jobs back to
I'm
America, the money
glad
back
you
to
actually.
America?
I'm glad you actually joined this debate, because like I was the only one here who doesn't like Trump until you got here. I don't know if you like Trump or not, but like I'm glad you said that, because
I don't like Trump, but I
listen.
could respect him
Here's my thing. Like
as far as
they
the president because he stand on business.
when you ask, right, why
He
can't
was
we talk
already
about
president.
when you ask, like, why can't we just talk about the policy, blah blah blah? You cannot have that conversation with people who like Trump. They don't want that conversation because they don't know enough about how the world works to have that conversation. I bought a pizza today. I went to the pizzeria today, and they were all Trumps with kids, fucking 20-something years old. I paid $31 for a pie with pepperoni. I'm like, bro, that shit's fucked, bro. That's expensive. Huh. I mean, bro, when Trump was in office, it was $18. You know, if Trump don't win, hopefully Trump wins, it's gonna get lower. You're not gonna lower your fucking price of your food, bro, because Trump won. You know what I'm saying? And pizza's been going up. And food has been going up every fucking year. Food never goes back down. But like, that's why they don't want to have conversations about policy.
You know what it is?
They don't know enough about how the world
I'm gonna
fucking
say
works.
this. I'm gonna say this, especially in this day and age, people are gonna vote, especially like young voters, new voters. They're gonna vote for who their parents vote for and who they've been culturally influenced.
You don't
to
even
vote
know
for
the half of that, bro. You don't.
through
You
like
don't
who they've been
even
raised by.
know the half, Black. Like when my kids were still in elementary school, I remember going to when my kid was in third. My oldest son was like in third grade. Third grade, young. We went to a Halloween dance where I live. You can Google it, bro. Staten Island, South Shore, Staten Island. It is fucking all Italian and Irish, and it's all, bro. I mean, it is all Trump. Everybody's got these big ostentatious flags everywhere on their houses, trucks, everywhere, right? And I go to this fucking thing where my kid dresses up as a zombie with his face painted. And you got dads over there dressing their kids up as football players with a Trump football jersey, number 45. He's the 45th president. Trump kids running around with Trump in like the third grade. Kids, you know how when you were a kid, I want to be a policeman for how. You ever see a kid dress up as a policeman for Halloween? Have you ever seen that when you were younger?
Yeah.
Bro, we had people that showed up dressed up as policemen in Staten Island in Blue Lives. It's all Blue Lives Matter. Bro, these kids were dressed up as SWAT team, black uniform with the black and silver American flag patch with the blue line in the middle. These kids look, bro. I look like I thought we were gonna get fucking the door kicked down. These third graders and fourth graders are fucking dressed up like fucking SWAT team members. Not the prototype. You can't buy this fucking
like Antifa.
Yo, you
That
can't buy these fucking costumes at like Party City. You have to actually like go to like a fucking uniform store for like NYPD and say, "Yo, I'm a police officer. I'm a midget. Do you have anything that fits me?" And then give it to your kid. Like they were like dressed to the T, walkie-talkies everywhere, riot gear. Like they look fucking fat, bro. They were fascist out, bro. I couldn't even, bro. I'm looking at, and their dads are all like fucking wannabe tough guys, muscles. You know what I'm saying? Tattoos on their arms and shit. Grunt style shirts, bro. Big time fascist motherfuckers. MAGA hats on, and I'm like, bro, that's cool if that's your belief. But like talking about these young kids are gonna vote for who their parents vote for, bro. These kids don't even have an opportunity to form their own opinion. They don't even have a choice.
And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna vote for who their parents because they don't know. They're just gonna follow what daddy did. They're gonna follow what mommy did.
My 9-year-old tells me I like Trump. I hope Trump wins. And my wife looks at me and goes, "You hear what he just said?" I don't give a fuck. He's 9 years old. He's got plenty of time to learn how the fucking world works. My other son, who's 12, going on 13, was like, "Why would you vote for that racist?" Like my other son, who qualifies for the national science B, geography B, history B, like he, the one that fucking
You
always.
don't think Kamala's racist?
I don't know if she's racist now, bro. I don't know her enough. I do know, bro. I know enough about Trump to know that if Trump isn't
the thing about it is, like Harlem, the thing with me is I don't mind Trump being racist because what number was Trump? What number presidency was Trump?
45.
Yeah.
Bro, outside of Obama, from 1 to 43, all the motherfuckers wasn't racist?
Hey, yo, Fee, did you vote
Did
for
you tell me all the motherfuckers
George
wasn't
Bush?
racist?
I don't
Fee,
think
you voted
Kennedy
for
was
George Bush and
racist.
Bill Clinton?
At least to some extent, I feel like at least Trump do that shit with his chest. You know
So
what I'm saying?
you
Like,
you appreciate the racist that's in your face.
in my face, yeah.
And I agree with you. I respect
And I
that.
can respect
But that's
that.
what I just said, bro. That's what I just said before when I was yelling at Billy. I was like, bro, I
Yeah,
would
but
respect
Kamala
you.
is racist too.
I was like, I told Billy in the chat, I was like, bro, I'd respect you more if you just straight up said, bro, I don't like black people, bro. That's why I like Trump.
Really?
I would respect him way more, bro. Like, I would respect that shit way more than him coming here saying, yo, I don't like Kamala Harris, bro. We can't even say Merry Christmas. And then I find out that you lied about it, right? Or some other shit, and you find out, like, yo, you're lying about things that are misrepresented. Or, like, yo, she's lying about being black. She's Indian. She's not black. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason. Look, if you lie, right? Like, look, how many times do you tell your kids, listen, if you come to me and tell the truth, we can work on that, right? If you did what you said you did, or, if you did what we call you, whatever, if you come clean and you tell the truth, I can trust you. But what happens when they lie and you catch them lying? Not only do you know that they did the wrong thing, but you know that they also lie about it too, and you can't even trust them anymore going forward. You know what I'm saying? So me, it's like, bro, okay, you're racist. I mean, it sucks that you're a racist, but at least I can trust the things you say because you're not lying about shit. Like, why sit here and lie? That's my thing, bro. Just be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't like this lady because you don't like Indians, then say it. Oh, don't be scared, bro. Say it.
Well, Feach, look, my thing is, I don't like the fact that she's trying to like act like she's black all of a sudden, yo. That's weird. And on top of that, she said numerous times that she's not focused on the black people, but every time somebody brings up other countries, she's willing to say, I support Israel, and I support this country, and I support that country, and I support this, and we plan on doing this. And then when somebody goes,
Trump
so what you
supports
plan on
Israel,
doing
right?
Huh?
Trump supports Israel, right? He moved the fucking embassy over to Jerusalem or whatever, pissing a lot of people off over there.
No. I'm hold on, hear me out. What I'm saying is this, right? Just like Black said, right? It's like, okay, Bill Clinton was president. All right, we already know what he gonna do. We already know he about George Bush. We already know what he about his father. We already know what he about, right? Obama gassed us. She gassed us, right? Obama gassed the world. He gassed the whole world, yo. He was the first president ever to openly say that there is gay rights. Cool, whatever, cool, right? No problem, right? Now, Obama was African. Obama was what? Obama was like African and son. He wasn't black at all, right? Now, since Obama gassed the whole world and he gassed everybody, right? Now, Black America is not falling for the I'm black, but I'm really from another country, gas. It's over. You can only gas an American black person one time. You gassed us one time, you can't gas us no more. They gotta come with an actual black. If they come with a down south grandmother from the deep south as president, then you might fool us. You might be like, all right, even though she has a white handler behind her, a Jewish handler, but she's from the black south. You feel me? She's from Alabama. You know what I'm trying to say? She's from Little Rock, Arkansas, from Louisiana, New Orleans. Now, I mean, gas is like that. But don't gas us with this chick. You can't gas us with a fucking senator in California that was locking up black people, and she was like, at the stroke of my pen. She said, at the stroke of my pen, I can just make somebody's misdemeanor turn to a felony and lock him up.
Well,
She's insane.
now we're now see now you're finally see that's the first time that we've had and like I said I'm the only one I've been the only one on this fucking whole thing since it started. I had fucking Lazy on here. I had Jay
Okay.
Keith on here. I've been the only one so far that doesn't like Trump, and this is the first time that I've actually heard somebody mention like a specific thing other than fucking race. I mean, Jay Keith brought up something really cool. He was talking about how the stock market was doing better under Trump. I had to let him know that, and we got SVO in here. Yo, SVO, how do you feel? Like you feel like the stock market was doing better under Trump?
I mean, it's proven that it was doing better under
Now
Trump.
let me ask you a
I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead.
let me ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a quick question, bro, before we
Yep.
get on that more. If I gave you and your family $150,000 cash right now, do you think in about 6 years from now you'll be better off financially than you were before I gave it to you?
If me and my family were in a position of financial troubles, $150,000 would 100% benefit us. How many years down you said?
Probably between like 4 and 6 years from now.
Between 6 years from now,
Yeah.
150K right now. If my family was in financial troubles, I see 100%.
Okay.
Because if anybody is smart, if they're given that money, they
Right.
use that money to make more money. They
So,
invest it into something.
all right. So you
They,
said the stock
you know what
market
I'm
was
saying?
doing. You said the stock market was doing great under Trump, right?
Right?
Do you think that had anything to do with the fact that several years earlier Obama gave trillions of dollars to the banks to bail them out, to the airline industry to bail them out, to the auto industry to bail them out, and had a remedy housing bubble? Do you think that had anything to do with the large influx of trillions of dollars of taxpayer-funded cash that went to the financial sectors and all those other industries?
I could agree with that. I think
Okay.
Obama
So is it
definitely had
also
a.
is it also fair to say that that Trump didn't actually make the economy? He inherited a great economy thanks to the actions that Obama did several years before, and to his credit, didn't fuck it up. Right? He didn't do anything to fuck it
Mhm.
up until COVID. He just like a relay race. He just grabbed the baton and kept running with it.
Yep,
All right.
I agree with that.
I mean, to be honest, if we voted for you in 2016, I don't think there was anything that you can do to fuck that up. I mean, how could you fuck up? How could you fuck up a financial industry that just got $1 trillion injected into it in cold hard cash?
Well, that's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that. If I feel like there's probably a good number of candidates that probably could have inherited that Obama economy and probably wouldn't have fucked it up. But at the same time, it's one thing to not fuck it up, but it's another thing to keep it growing.
But
And
what did
then
he do
it's
to keep?
growing.
What did he do specifically to keep it growing?
I mean, obviously, if you set something up, Obama set it up, right? He's the founding. You said he donated trillions of
He
dollars
didn't know.
to
He
the
didn't
bank.
donate. He took it from us. I did not. I was not one of those people that. I don't know how old you are, but like I was 2008, 2010. I'm 42 now. So hold up, bro. You gotta mute yourself, bro. If you got background noise, lazy. Like I'm 42 now. So 14 years ago, I was 32. I was like 28, something like that, or 26, right? So I remember it, but I did not agree with the bailouts of Wall Street and the big banks because I felt like, bro, these people don't need it, we do. Like they fucked up our money. Like they made a lot of people poor. And I remember when I was living in Tampa at the time, right? When I was doing annuities and life insurance, that the most popular financial product in I would say around 2012, 2013, just like in the middle or towards the end of Obama's term, was the fixed annuity, and people liked that. It was very popular, very easy to sell because it gave you gains of about you can get about 7-8%, right? But
Hmm.
it was an index to a 0.5%. So no matter what the market did, you can never lose your principal. Like a lot of people lost all their money. A lot of people lost all their money in their 401ks. Remember how everybody
Yep.
was like, "Oh, Republicans want to privatize Social Security," and that was the big fight. And before this, with Bush, we want to privatize your Social Security because you'll make more money. And then boom, the housing market, the whole financial sector crashed. Everybody lost their 401ks, and then it was like, "Yo, these Republicans are fucking insane. Oh, if we privatized the Social Security, we would have lost everything." You know what I'm saying? And as me and you were
Right.
talking about something real, this Trump supporter over here is pulling up Kamala Harris's fucking ethnicity and family pictures. See, this is why for me I can never support Trump, because the supporters of Trump are so nuts. Like I made the point earlier. Like if I spoke to person A, like let's say I was undecided about voting, right? And I spoke to person A, and they supported Kamala Harris, and I spoke to person B, and they support Trump. And the person I spoke to, Kamala Harris, was like talking about what we're talking about. Like, hey, there was a bailout, blah, blah. We're talking economics, policy. And then I turn to person B, and they pull up a picture of Kamala Harris's Indian family members. Like, I'm going to look at the Trump side and be like, bro, I don't know what the fuck you got, policies you guys got, but I feel like if your side of the argument wins this, we're fucked. Because you're not bringing
All right.
anything to the table but her fucking ethnic background. Like, why the fuck do I care that her family's Indian? You know what I'm saying? Like, families lost their entire 401ks years ago. So getting back to what
Yo, Feach, I'm not trying to cut you off. It's important, right?
it's not important, bro.
Because
It's not important.
her
It's
pitch
not important.
is to the Black American. She's not pitching towards white people,
Bro, let me
Italians.
explain
She's not pitching towards no.
something
She's
to
pitching.
you
All right,
may
go ahead.
not know. When somebody loses, when
That's your
somebody
pitch.
takes a look at and I have retirement accounts with the city of New York. When someone looks at their retirement, when I look at Voya, at my Voya finance, when I look at my 457, right? And if I took a look and I saw that there was $270,000 in it one year and there's $30,000 in it the next, I don't give a fuck what the fucking president's ethnicity is or if she's Indian or African. I just lost my retirement. These are the issues that matter, bro. They don't matter to Trump supporters because when we talk about those issues, your side of the argument wants to privatize Social Security to the point where anybody's even little bit of retirement gets fucking wiped out with another financial crash. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, you got, like, the Trump side injects these stupid, ridiculous arguments all the fucking time. And like I said, when I was a licensed life insurance agent in Florida when I was living in Tampa, and I was talking to people about the fixed annuity, they loved first of all, I met a lot of 63-year-olds that had to go back to work. They couldn't retire. But people young in their 45, 50 years old getting ready for retirement, for them to pour their whatever they had left in their savings into a retirement account that doesn't grow to the 10, 12, 14, well, I can get you 14%. You know what I'm saying? Or if I can get you put into this Roth IRA or put into the futures market or blah blah blah, the S&P. Like I could get you like 14% returns. Like when people were hearing that and they had all these dreams of retiring as millionaires, and then they lost everything. It was a breath of fresh air to hear, like, listen, I can get you probably like 7 or 8%, but no matter what happens to the economy, this is indexed at a 0.5% growth. So even if the fucking economy tanks, you are FDIC insured that you will get a 0.5% growth. Not only will you not lose your principal, but your money will still grow by a 0.5%. A 0.5% is a glorified fucking savings account, but still, you're not losing the money you put in. That's the type of shit that people care about. Now, I don't know where this country went, where we're talking about, when Billy was up here, Mr. Trump supporter over there talking about Kamala Harris says we're not allowed to say Merry Christmas. I don't fucking know a single normal human that gives a fuck about that. That's going to go to the voter booth and vote for somebody and vote against somebody because she said we shouldn't say Merry Christmas. Bro, you could say Happy Kwanzaa to me for all I care, as long as my retirement account is secure and I can fucking retire without having to work as a Walmart greeter until I'm 80 years old. You understand what, like these are that's why I started yelling because, like, bro, we want to talk about real shit. I don't want to talk about if Kamala Harris's dad is dark-skinned enough. And I feel like and there's too many grown men and women that are like talking about the stupidest shit ever. I love that SVO is here.
Hey, yo,
because he was
Feast,
big on Trump
did
before.
you enjoy Biden as a president? Did you enjoy his term?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever enjoyed a president, bro. Like I don't think the presidents make
Because
that
all
big
she's
of a
doing
difference.
is just extend. She's just part two. She's just to be continued. That's it. Like she's just the second coming of Joe Biden.
I don't
That's
know.
all she.
Listen, I
That's all
don't
she
know
is.
if she is or not. I know she's her own. I know she has her own platform. I don't know if she is or not. I have no clue. I do know that Biden barely runs.
Everything she's pushing in America
And let me
is
tell you, and
completely
why don't you
upside
tell
down.
me one thing about the 4 years under Biden that you think is bad?
All right, hear me out real quick, because I could pull up a
I
whole
don't
lot
want
of
to hear
shit.
anything about race. I don't want to hear anything about Kamala Harris being Indian. I want specific things that have nothing to do with her Indian heritage. Can you
I'm not
bring?
talking. Nah, you said Joe Biden.
No, I'm saying like I want to hear things about the country right
Lily
now
said
that
you
have
brought up
nothing
the
to do
black.
with her.
Lily said you brought up the black thing, not him.
No, he said that she's not. He said she's not even black. She's Indian. You got to scroll up. You scroll up to the fucking top, bro. He's the one that brought it up. He was getting mad. I mean, I'll scroll up there. I'll find it, bro. Yeah. I see it right here. She's not even black. She's Indian. That's what he's. So he's the one that brought it up, bro. So I want to hear something about the last 4 years, and I don't want to hear anything about Kamala Harris being Indian. Can you tell me one thing that about the economy, about the country, that has happened under Biden the last 4 years that you feel is bad, that you don't like?
All right, hear me out. Do you know that Joe Biden was the person that caused a lot? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna bring it up because I love bringing stuff up. Hold on, because you like bringing things up too. I don't want to just talk. I don't want to just talk. Hold on, let me just bring it up.
I'm giving
No,
you.
no, no. I'm gonna bring it up. Give me like 2 seconds. Let me just bring it up because I got a whole folder of this shit. Let me bring it up. I'm show it on the screen. Hold
Bro,
on.
I'm done. But listen, I talk to people every day about Trump. I don't even have a. I just yes people to death because I don't have the patience or the energy to have these conversations every fucking day. Especially where I live, bro. It's fucking, it's a cult. It really is, bro. But I'm willing to hear you out and hear what you got, and I'm praying, bro. Listen, I am praying. I'm praying that you bring something out something up that's going to challenge me. That we can have a
Diane,
back and
hold
forth.
on. I'm glad you even like. Let me pull it up because I didn't even get a chance to even. Let me pull this shit up.
Take
Hold
as
on.
much time as you need. SVO, you still there? I know you said you was on a call. I want to know if you're still there. And take this opportunity to speak up because I'm glad SVO's here, bro. Because I wish Nap was here, bro. It's crazy how a lot of these loud Trump supporters, bro, they can't stand on their own shit, bro. They'll type and type and type on social media, but they will not. They can't defend anything.
Hold on.
We're still waiting.
I'm saying I just got on. Hold on. Let me pull it up because I got a lot of shit I want to pull up.
All right.
Hold on. You already got your whole computer. You already got everything going for you. Hold on. Let me get everything
Breezy,
going
if
for
you
me.
want to join to defend, please. I need somebody, bro. Anybody. And I can't be the only one that has his camera on, too, bro. I'm the ugliest one here. I got my camera on.
No. I'm about to go back on camera. I just want to pull up everything so I can just talk straight through. I don't got to keep stopping and going. Hold on.
I just got to know. Because, I mean, the things I hear, the craziest fucking conspiracy theories. Like, I can go, bro, no, you just, listen, jump in the Publix channel and I'll drag you in. That's all you got to do is jump in the Publix and I'll drag you in.
All right. Here we go. Hold on. Screenshot
And
this. I
guys,
just
you
want to
got to
show.
remember
I just want to
too.
show. I just want to show pure screenshots.
I didn't vote for Kamala Harris. I didn't plan on doing it. I don't think that she would make a great president. I don't. I will tell you this though.
You want to talk money. Let's
No,
talk economy.
I'll tell you this though about Kamala Harris. Like, I don't, and I agree with you a little bit. Like, I feel like she's just a continuation of Biden, but she's a breath of fresh air compared to Trump. Like, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? It really is sad because I think she'd be a mediocre president at best, bro. I don't think she's anything special.
I understand what you're saying. I'm just trying to get stuff together, but I understand what you're saying. But so many. I'm talking about why are black and I'm gonna tell you Trump's biggest supporters. Here's his biggest supporters, and you'll be shocked. You know his biggest supporters are American black men.
No, his biggest supporters are wealthy whites.
No. I'm talking about when it comes to who they try to pitch for. Like Trump, you know, Trump has not made like he has not made one like pitch towards black males in America. Do you
Sure
know
he
that?
has. Yeah, of course he has.
He
What are you
no no
talking?
no. I'm saying I'm
That was
talking
fine.
about like as far as like pandering and all that. Like, do you know people are purposely supporting him on purpose?
Trump is the man.
Black people. I'm talking about black men. I ain't talking about women. I'm talking about black men. Do you know that black men are purposely? I'm talking about people
Okay,
that got
and I'm
6,
wait
7
and
kids.
I'm waiting.
I wouldn't go that far to say that,
But
Harlem.
I'm
But
waiting for a
my
reason
thing is
why.
this.
I'm waiting
My
for a
I'm about to
thing is
reason
pull it
why.
this.
up. I'm about to pull it up.
I would rather the devil I know than the devil I don't. Like that's where I'm at with it.
Well, first, Harlem. Yeah, Camilla's black. I don't know how you gonna say she's not black. She's 100%. Not
All right.
even close.
Are you Dominican?
No,
Bro, here we
What are
go
you?
again.
No, I'm
I'm
asking.
black.
I'm trying to ask him a question. Hold on. I'm not trying to go down. I'm not trying to violate. I just want to just. I'm trying to
No,
be
I'm
like
saying with the
a
same
regular male
argument, bro,
conversation.
about fucking.
Are you? What are you?
I'm black and white. My dad's black. My mom's white.
Where's your father from?
Bro, he's from like St. Louis. Like he's a real black. Like he's
Okay.
black.
All right. So I'm saying, look at the words you're using. Real black, right? So if your father was from Jamaica, right, born and
He's
raised,
still black.
why is Jamaican? Why is Jamaican people black? Why?
Because black people didn't just inherently come from America. Like black people came from Africa.
All right. So here's the $1 million question. You ready? What is black?
I mean, black. I guess to reference it, I don't even know if black is the correct term if you want to go like that far into it. But African descent is what most people
I
consider
never
black.
heard Peace call himself
You
white.
know,
He
you
always said he's
guys
Puerto
notice
Rican
how
or
the two
Italian.
guys who like
I've
Trump
never
have
heard him call
dragged
himself a
race
white
into
man
this
in my life.
conversation again.
But she has African descent, the
I've
same that you
never
have
heard
and
Pete
I
say
have.
he's a
She has
white
that.
man. I've never heard Pete say he's a white man.
I
I've
just
never
want,
heard him
bro. I
say
just
that.
want whoever's watching to notice this, bro. The two people who come up here and they say they like Trump, they have once again dragged this conversation about race. Once again,
No,
What
that's
was the
I'm
all
asking.
you
No, I'm
guys
talking about.
have, bro. That
No,
is
no, no.
wait,
That's
all
not
I
what I
Trump
asked.
saying,
has.
bro. Like we gotta get
wait,
off. We gotta get off of the skin.
They
deep shit.
can't, Black. They cannot get off of this. This is
I don't
all
know.
they
Nigga,
I don't know
have.
the
what the.
skin deep
I have
shit,
no
bro.
problem.
Like,
Listen, I have no
wait, no,
I
problem with that.
promise you, it's deeper
what
than
was your
skin,
initial?
bro. Like
No,
this
I'm
listen.
shit
not
If
is
you
talking
deeper
talk
about
to
than
a
skin.
Trump
skin.
supporter,
Hey,
this is
yo,
all
black.
they
That's
got, bro.
why I
Is
just asked
race.
the question. What is black? No one can answer that.
Harlem,
This is
chill.
nuts.
Peach, what's the initial topic? Like, what's the initial question? I got a SIBA ad, so I didn't
I
hear you like
asked,
say.
I put out the question to anybody who we have Lazy, SVO, Harlem, and you all support Trump. I wanted one thing in the past 4 years about Biden that you think that you think was bad for the country without mentioning race, Kamala Harris being Indian, nothing
Helping out
about
foreign
race.
He
countries
put us in a recession.
instead of
He put us in a
instead of helping.
recession.
Okay,
Not even
Lazy
that.
got
Not
it.
even
Lazy got
that.
it. Hold up, Lazy
So
got it.
when during Biden and Harris,
Right.
they gave so much money to foreign countries and aiding them,
Okay.
and we didn't get the same support in several instances in the sense of value. They gave billions of dollars overseas, but when, like you mentioned, Puerto Rico had those hurricanes that hit them, they got nowhere near that amount. When Florida got damaged, nowhere near that amount. So
Nope.
there's a bunch of instances where they put the helping foreign countries ahead of helping their own. And I
And
also understand it's building
Go ahead.
relationships, but they put billions of dollars towards other countries when they could have given $1 billion
Are you
to
guys
Puerto
watching?
Rico.
Can you guys tune into the stream right now? Like watching on the Twitch stream.
Yeah,
Nearly
I have it open on another
nearly
monitor. I just got home.
$300 billion in foreign aid spent by U.S. government during the Trump administration. So from 2013 to 2018, nearly $300 billion in U.S. taxpayer money flowed as aid to countries outside the U.S. So what the point I'm trying to make is, if you're going to bring up the fact that, hey, under Biden, I did not like the fact that so much foreign aid went to countries. You can't sit there and pretend like Trump didn't give almost $500 billion in foreign aid himself in the 4 years.
I don't like Biden because he put us in a recession.
How did Biden put us in a recession?
All the stock markets were hitting their all-time lows, crypto markets, everything like that. You can go through it. Go through the stock market over time, all hitting their all-time lows because of him. He doesn't know how to
Well,
run
the
the economy.
all-time low was 1929. That was the stock market crash. But I mean, you think Biden did it and not the worldwide pandemic? had
I
anything
mean,
to do with
Trump
that?
was mostly president kind of around the time when the pandemic happened. Until
Yes,
like
that was
right
the
at
end of
thinking
his
like
term.
kind of a little bit after that.
That was the
And I can't blame
that
Trump
was
for
the
that because no president could handle that.
no, 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 no,
Like
no.
that
You
shit.
know what he listen. You know what he got blamed for, and I remember clearly, bro. I remember clearly. You know what he got blamed for? Mismanaging the fuck out of COVID because most of his energy spent on pretending it was a conspiracy and denying it was a problem. Because it was better for him. And again, like I said, when it comes to Trump, he's got no policy. He's got no ideas. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's not a politician. He's just a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a billionaire reality TV fucking, personality. He's got no policy. He's got no experience. So when you run into something like COVID, the only thing he can do is just control the flow of information. It's a conspiracy. It's not as bad. It's China. Chinese did this, blah, blah, blah. We're not going to lock down anything. We're going to keep the airlines coming in, blah, blah, everything. Then when it came in and it got here and people were dying and things were getting shut down, for the record, I did not agree with the lockdown. I did not agree with locking everything down. But I understand, right, as a person who's not a doctor, who's not a medical expert, who's not an epidemiologist, that I didn't agree with the lockdown on, freedom principles, not medical principles. But that was contradictory to every medical expert from around the world saying, listen, this is and the lockdown where it was like voluntarily quarantine was what it was technically called. When the world was hit with pandemics and when countries were hit with epidemics, that's what they do. Like it was like that with the Spanish flu. Like people were told to stay indoors. I mean, China had the worst. I mean, if you got caught on the train, you were getting beat by cops with nightsticks. That didn't happen in the United States. Like for the most part, people in America were civil about it. A lot of people didn't want to close their businesses down because they didn't want to lose money. But people understood that, hey, listen, they're losing fucking millions of people, hundreds of thousands to a million, right? Italy got slammed really bad. And for the one thing that happened to the U.S., fortunately for us, was like we got hit later on. It didn't. It was in China, then it hit Europe and Italy really bad. It didn't hit us till after it crushed those countries. You know what I'm saying? So we actually had a buffer. We actually had an example of what to look at and what's to come if we don't do shit. And then all of a sudden, like I'm not wearing no fucking mask. Then all of a sudden, it's the vaccine is
Hold on, Keith, I'm
poison.
almost done.
The
I'm about to
vaccine
bring up
is a
like 10 charts for
conspiracy,
you.
blah,
Hold
blah,
on.
blah. Meanwhile, Trump was the one who pushed Operation Warp Speed to remove all the red tape to rush the fucking vaccine. And the reason why he had to do that is because his mismanagement of it in the beginning caused such a problem that he had to respond because he knew this is going to lose me the election in 2020. A bunch of fucking old people and people that are scared to death of this fucking virus killing their fucking family members are going to vote me the fuck out of office because of the way I fucking juggled this shit, right? And that's exactly what happened. So we had to rush a fucking vaccine. He took the vaccine himself. While you got a bunch of moron Trump fucking supporters, conspiracy theorists, fucking nut jobs running around saying the vaccine is poison, it's gonna kill us, and their cult leaders on fucking TV saying he took it. Their cult leaders on TV bragging about how he removed every fucking piece of FDA regulation to get this shit into the market and into the people's fucking veins as quickly as possible. Why did he do that? Because he had an election coming up and he knew he was going to lose. So
Well, look, Peach, like I mean, you may be right on some of the stuff you're saying, and I feel like
I know
me,
I'm right
as
because this is
everybody
what
should,
happened.
as everybody should, they should vote for the candidate that helps them the most personally. And I feel like Trump helps me the most personally. For one, he gives big businesses tax breaks. That's what he plans to do. Someone like me who's a
They
recent
all
graduate,
they
him
all
giving
get tax breaks. All of them.
no,
There's never been a president where these businesses didn't get tax breaks and tax loopholes where they don't have
but he's
offshore
giving,
bank accounts. None of them, bro. None of these corporations pay any taxes, bro. None
but
of
he's
these
giving
people
them
pay
more
anything.
and reducing unemployment, which helps people like me who are recent college graduates
Who reduced
get jobs.
unemployment? Who reduced unemployment?
He plans to do that. Trump plans to do that.
How could a president reduce unemployment?
Because by giving tax breaks or benefits to big businesses for hiring people, especially
And he
they're
said,
hiring,
he's going to bring
especially
back he said he's going to bring back a lot of the overseas manufacturing
Yeah, and
back to
how
America.
is he gonna? Yeah,
And he's
how
going
is
to
he
do
gonna
it.
do that?
especially
I can tell you
especially
that
when
I'm
he's
gonna bring,
hiring.
bro. I can tell you I'm gonna bring LeBron James to SIBA. You know what your first question is gonna be? How the fuck you gonna do that? Ask you how is Trump gonna bring back all the? I want SVO. You've been silent, and
Yeah.
how is Trump gonna bring back manufacturing jobs to the United States?
Well, I mean, first things first, for sure, Trump definitely, while he was in office, definitely dropped that unemployment rate. That's a proven
What
fact.
did he do to drop the unemployment rate?
I could go on LinkedIn
No, no,
back
no.
then and get
I'm
a
asking.
job, but I
I'm
can't
asking
now.
SBO. I want to know. I want to know what specifically Trump did to lower the already plummeting unemployment rate before he took office.
What do you mean
I
already
mean,
plummeted?
he created more jobs. What do you mean?
How
Yeah,
did he?
I was gonna say, what
How
do you
does a
mean already
president?
He
plummeted?
gave
I,
he gave breaks.
I'm
Okay,
gonna.
for
I'm gonna.
example,
No,
let me
lazy.
give
Hold
an
on.
example.
Hold on. Lazy was here for this. You
And I'm
guys
about to
weren't.
bring up this whole tariff things
No, no,
because
no, no. I'm not gonna. I'm
he's
not.
gonna kill it.
I'm gonna. I'll bring up the
Your
tariff.
speech?
I'm gonna.
Okay, good.
I'm gonna bring up the
I'm
tariffs. I'm
going on
gonna
mute.
destroy you with that. But first, the unemployment thing, because we already spoke about this earlier. Lazy was on here, and I'm gonna ask you guys a question. I'm only gonna ask Black, SVO, Breezy, and Harlem. Have any one of you guys ever filed for unemployment benefits in the United States?
No.
No. Okay, so you guys don't know.
I have.
Lazy has, and he knows.
I
Lazy,
have.
don't answer. Don't answer. Lazy, don't answer. He already knows. So how it works is when you work on the books, right? Part of the FICA taxes that you pay go to a fund in your state for unemployment insurance benefits, so that if you lose your job, but whether you get fired or laid off, if you quit, you don't get it. If you get fired or laid off, you could file for those benefits, and you can get a certain amount of money. You don't. It's not unlimited. You get a certain amount of money, and once that money runs out, you don't get it anymore. Right? So the unemployment number, there's two different unemployment numbers. There's the unemployment numbers, and then there's the real unemployment numbers. Those are two different figures. The government gets them two different ways. The unemployment numbers that you see when we're bragging about like how Trump brought back jobs and unemployment kept dropping, blah blah blah. Those unemployment numbers, they go by the amount of people in each state that file weekly for unemployment benefits. That's where they get that. So if unemployment is at 8% and it's high, that means 8% of able-bodied Americans that could work or that have been on the books are filing every week on their state websites for unemployment benefits. Now, under Obama, and I remember this because I was on unemployment twice, two different times when I was in Tampa. The second time I moved back to New York in 2010, I was still on unemployment benefits. I remember in February watching this on TV. Two times under the Obama administration, the Senate and the President both ratified extending federal emergency unemployment benefits. Now you can Google all this if you think I'm making it up, right? So what that means is when the state ran out of money, like when you ran out of money, like let's say SVO, you got laid off from your job and you were getting I was getting $225. I was getting $450 every 2 weeks from the state of Florida unemployment. And let's say my shit ran out. I didn't have any more money in my unemployment insurance account that I had in Florida, right? So when that shit ran out, I could apply federally for relief. That means the state will continue to pay me out money that I didn't put in, and then the federal government will reimburse them. So two times under Obama's second term did they extend those. The third time it came up, they did not. That was on Obama's way out. This was 2014. The third time they did not. Shortly after they did not extend it. What happened? Predictably, unemployment rate started to go down, 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 down. Boom, 2016 happens. Trump gets in. Unemployment continues to go down and down and down as people started dropping off those numbers and having to force to actually get fucking jobs because they couldn't qualify for that anymore. Now, the real unemployment numbers don't go by that. It goes by how many people are on the books getting paid. And that's still not the real unemployment numbers because you have a lot of people that aren't getting paid on the books and they're not applying for unemployment benefits, but they're getting paid cash. Like when when you deliver pizza, or when you work in the back in the kitchen, or you're just working for under the table cash. So those numbers are they're not real numbers. They get the data from somewhere, but there's no way to actually tell exactly to the person how many people are unemployed. But the numbers, and it's a political game that they play. They brag about the unemployment rate going down when they know that they're not extending these emergency benefits. And when people in the states are running out. This is a political game that politicians play. So when you tell me that Trump lowered unemployment, there's nothing a president can do to lower unemployment other than letting people just fall off the system. And it's a state-by-state thing. The national unemployment rate is what it is because there's certain states like red states where the unemployment is high, and there's other states like in New York where it's not difficult to get a job in New York. Why do you think I moved back to New York? It's very fucking easy to get. Any moron could take a city exam You know what I'm saying? Like
All right, look,
it's very easy to get a job in New York. You know what I'm saying?
Peeps. When Trump entered, unemployment was 4.7. Over the next several years, it dropped to 3.5% in late 2019, a
Yes.
50-year low.
And what? Yes.
One of Trump's key policies was the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2017, which he initiated, which lowered corporate tax rate and provided tax cuts to individuals.
Right.
This created more business investment, created jobs, and raised wages.
Yes, he gave tax cuts.
So that's something he specifically
he gave
did
tax breaks
to
to the
lower unemployment.
He gave tax. It's funny you said that. He gave tax breaks to the middle class that expired when his first term ended. But those corporate tax breaks don't have an expiration date on it. It's funny that that was like that because, in other words, what he essentially did was, and you can agree, you can disagree if you want, but a lot of experts say it, to make the income tax breaks that we enjoyed for 4 years under him expire by the time his first term was up, he could weaponize that and say, "Yo, if you reelect me, I'll extend it." It's funny how they.
Shit is working on me because I'm gonna vote him again. It's
Yeah,
working on me.
I
You
mean,
might
listen,
say,
it can, but and you can vote for who you want to vote for. I'm not. Listen, all I'm saying is, bro, like, give me a reason other than this race.
okay, I'll
bullshit.
give you my most personal reason is I'm heavily involved in cryptocurrency. The person that Trump promises to get rid of the second he is in is Gary Gensler, which is the chairman of the SEC Commission. He is an evil son of a bitch who is trying to regulate cryptocurrency. He's the one who made it where you have to file taxes on crypto, which you used to not have to 4 or 5 years ago. Now you do. It's getting so regulated. He's fucking up the motion. Trump's going to get that guy out of office, and everybody who has all their money in that will be able to gain way more than they ever could because Trump's going to come in and get rid of this guy.
And you want to know why? And you want to know why
And
that's
he's
going
less
on right
regulative. Trump
now? Nah,
is the type
I'm
of
gonna tell you
person
something else,
doesn't
bro.
put his hands on shit.
Hey, yo, Breezy, I'm gonna tell you another thing. You want to know why? You want to know why that's happening? Because they actually want to get this. You ever heard of something called BRICS? BRICS.
No.
BRICS. Google BRICS. Look up the currency that they're trying to get us up under if Trump loses. Look up BRICS. Type it in. BRICS. BRICS. Type it in real quick.
It's an international government consisting of Brazil, Russia, China, South Africa, Egypt, etc.
You know how long
All
I've been
right.
hearing that shit, bro?
No, hold on. I'm about to explain how they're trying to. Hold on. I'm about to. Matter of fact, let me
This
get that.
sounds more like a plan than an actual organization.
Let me.
This doesn't sound like
Here's
this
something you got.
organization
I'm gonna
to
tell
me.
you guys
Right.
something you don't know about me.
Hold on.
All
I'm
right.
about to bring all this up in the veteran. Hold on.
All right.
I got a lot of screenshots I'm sending to the veteran chat, so people just pull it up real quick. We can talk about it. Hold on. Give me like. I need
Founded
like.
in 2009.
I'm gonna give. Listen, I'm gonna give you guys a little inside information about me that you guys don't know me without, before SIBA, right? So I was a political activist. I was heavy involved in political activism. I was in the streets doing 9/11 truth activism. 9/11 was an inside job. Anti-vaccine, like anti-New World Order, all that Alex Jones stuff. I was heavy in my mid-20s, right? Early to mid-20s doing all that stuff, right? When I started getting older, I realized a lot, like not everything, like 9/11, I believe was absolutely, the commission report is a complete lie, right? But there were other things like chemtrails and stuff like that where there was just so much disinformation that we were being fed, so much nonsense and conspiracy stuff. Like this whole one world government, one world currency. The Amero were supposed to replace the dollar. It was supposed to be we were supposed to be under the North American Union with Canada, United States, and Mexico under one currency. That shit never happened. You know what I'm saying? Like one ID. You know what I'm saying? For all, we're all under one simple same ID. It was supposed to be the Real ID Act. The Real ID Act came and, it was kind of an invasion of privacy, but it was nowhere near the shit that these conspiracy nut jobs were making it out to be. So now, again, this type of stuff is going to circulate. I'm telling you guys this. This type of shit is going to circulate within the right-wing Trump circles, like QAnon. You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys know what QAnon is? All that fucking nonsense? You guys aren't familiar with that shit? You guys hear about everybody's a pedophile and all the other stuff and shit like that, and there are a lot of pedophiles out there, and we know about like Diddy and stuff like that, and Epstein and everything, but as far as like QAnon goes, like where everybody's a pedophile, and it's only Democrats. There's no Republican pedophiles, right? So all these conspiracies like are gonna start swirling around. BRICS and one world currency, one world government, and if you don't vote for, the scaremongering, right? If you don't vote for Trump and Trump loses, you're never gonna get an election again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the type of shit.
Hold
So
on,
I just
Peach.
got threatened by one of the two K twins.
Hold
I'd
on.
love for you
You
to have a
notice how you
wise
just
word.
said that if Trump loses, you're never gonna get an election again. Like I heard it, but in reverse. Like if Trump wins, then we never go. He's gonna file. He's gonna pass a bill to where there's no more elections. He's just gonna stay in office and this and that. So it's like it goes both ways. And this is why I feel like no matter who's in office, like this country's fucked regardless. But this is why I said like I'd rather the devil that I know than the devil I don't, because at least I know Trump, all face value, don't fuck with people that look like me. But it's
The
not
lesser of
personal.
two evils, pretty much, and
You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
and that's definitely a thing, and it is definitely a lesser of two evils. And there was a couple things that were mentioned by people that I feel like were misunderstood or misinterpreted. Like for example, one thing Harlem was saying, I was driving, I was listening, he mentioning her being also black and Indian at the same time. What he was trying to say, in a sense, was she's black when it benefits her, and then she's Indian when it benefits her. And that's what some people don't like, because at the end of the day, like Trump is just one way, and it is what it is. It's face value.
And you cannot like it, right? But you could
Trump
also.
always been the same person since the '90s when he
Trump
was in New
always been
York.
Trump.
Yeah,
Well,
but
not
you
100%.
and you listen,
Trump
and
is a
you
New
cannot
Yorker
and
by
you
heart.
cannot like it, but then
And
again,
I feel like that's why a lot of people don't like, because New Yorkers, we got that attitude to where it's like we not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? We not for everybody. It's a little bit more of a rougher attitude, and generally the world's just
now
not.
let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, right? So no, I don't think any of us live in any of these states, but say you lived in like Alabama or Arkansas, and you just got to go pregnant, and you don't want to get hit with child support payments. It was just a one night stand. She's not allowed to get an abortion anywhere in the state, thanks to the
I
Roe v.
lived
Wade
in
shit.
Texas
Do
where that's
you
not
give a
allowed.
fuck that she's pandering and black when she feels like it, and Indian when she feels like it, when some random bitch is hitting you for child support payments because she couldn't get a fucking abortion anywhere? Do you give every time you go and you see your check minus $436 every week? Are you gonna say, well, at least we kept that Indian chick who's pandering out of office? Here's my
Trump
money.
is not trying to get rid of abortion. He's not trying to get rid of
Bro,
it.
But
you have
also, in
Come
the
on.
grand scheme of
so
things,
now I
respectfully,
understand. I now understand. You're
That's
uninformed.
more of a personal thing.
Okay,
Like
I get it
like
now. So now
niggas,
you don't know what's
as
going
a
on.
man, you're just supposed to know better.
I was
First
gonna
of
say,
all,
at the end
No
of the
matter what.
day, if
Right.
you lay down with Shorty and you don't stay with her, shame on you. You
Shame
gotta
on
pay
you.
child support.
Whatever
Yeah.
happens,
You got listen. You got. I feel like you guys are gonna say
You can't
anything
blame
you can.
nobody in the presidency
I've-
because
I've-
you didn't wrap it up.
Wait a
Your
second.
fault.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Yeah.
You guys, bro. You guys are nuts.
All right.
Yeah, you
But
guys.
Peach, I've been
Listen,
in that
this
same
happens
exact
too many
situation you're
fucking
saying.
times. This happens too many fucking times in this country for you guys to all of a sudden have some moral high ground that doesn't exist. Talking
Nah,
about
what-
I mean, y'all did the deed.
My
Y'all
thing
did the
is, like,
deed.
my thing
Y'all
is,
did the
That's
deed.
been my
thing is
mentality
just, like,
for the
say
longest.
say you do have a kid with a shorty that you not trying to be with or whatever, and you express that to her, that listen, it was just a one night stand. I met you at the club, but your ass was fat. Hit it. Boom. Never thought I was gonna see you again. I slipped up. You had a baby. I told you that I didn't want to have a baby with you. And if she keep that baby, this is where it comes to the policy where nobody's talking about is how women try to weaponize child support.
Well, now you don't even have a say in it, right? Now you don't. Have
Well, no,
now,
no.
what if it's your?
And
Now,
this-
now let me
and
ask you.
this
Yo,
is what I'm
hold on.
talking
Let me.
about. This is the
Now, hold on.
policy
Let me
that we
ask you
really
even
should
more
be talking
personal
about.
question. What if it's your daughter? What if it's your daughter went out, she's 19, 20 years old, had a one night stand? Who are you to fucking tell her she can't do that shit? Because you're out there doing it, and when you were doing it when you were 20, that was
But
somebody's
also-
daughter you would do. What if it's
Yeah,
your
but
what if your
again,
daughter gets
that's-
pregnant by
I
a bum?
would, because I have daughters, and I would not. And I tell them right now, like, listen, you're gonna be grown.
But
You're gonna be
you don't
responsible for
so
your
you don't think
choices.
they should have access to that at all? You're gonna be
They
a
do,
grandfather?
though. They do
should
have
access to it,
They
but you
do
should
have
also
access.
prevention is also better than cure.
Oh yeah, prevention.
Don't
Yeah.
put yourself
How
in
is
shit
that
you
working?
can't-
My
that you
my
don't-
thing
that you
is
don't wanna get into, you know
my
what I'm
thing
saying?
is you could pay lip service to that nonsense all you want, but it doesn't equal reality, bro. The reality
Alright.
is people are fucking having unprotected sex, bro, all over the place. People have pregnancies
Okay.
that they don't want.
But
That's
you
just
can
the fucking
still
way
go
it
to-
is.
But the
You can still
reality is
go to
people
Oklahoma
should
and get
also
that
be
done.
responsible for their actions.
No,
Regardless,
that's some bullshit. But you should go to.
how's that
Bro,
bullshit?
it's insane how you have daughters and you would say that, bro. Because I don't listen. I don't want to. And here's the thing about people on the right. Like, here's one thing I admire about people on the left, right? And I don't consider myself left wing, but I do think people on the left are essentially better people than people on the right. Because when you talk to a left wing person, like a liberal, they don't have to experience bullshit in order for them to have the empathy and say, like, listen, I don't got daughters, but that sucks. Someone like you would actually like have to have your daughter go through that, and you'd have to be put in that. Like, then you have people hoping that you run into that disaster, that your daughter does come to you at 19. Daddy, I just got pregnant by somebody, and I don't know what to do. I don't want to have this baby right now. I'm in college, and you can't get an abortion. Like, you're the type of person that you have to be put in that position in order for you to be like, yo, you know what? We made a wrong decision, because you're not the person now to understand and have empathy. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like, you're not that person now. You have to wait till it affects you.
Is Camilla trying to ban
y'all are not.
abortion?
No,
I'm
that's
not.
Trump.
I'm not.
Trump's,
Y'all are
bro.
misunderstanding me. I'm not trying to
Trump's
sound
fucking
like
Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade.
unempathetic. What I'm
Trump is
saying,
leaving
what I'm
it up
saying
to the
is this.
states.
And there you go. But that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if you live in a state
Texas.
where if you live in a state where
I-
abortion's banned, Plan B is banned, the morning after
Okay.
pill,
No,
birth
I
control
live in
is
Texas.
banned.
I-
If
no,
you're
it's
living,
not
hold
like
on, wait a
that.
second, let me finish. If you're living in those states where that shit is banned, like, you're fucked. If you have a daughter, you may be fucked.
No, you're not. I live in those
But
states.
but
I live in those
also,
states.
you're
We can
saying
go get Plan Bs, and if we can't, well, you know what everybody in Dallas does? You drive to Oklahoma and get it done.
Yeah,
It's only
guess
a
what? You
2-hour
got to drive
trip.
all the way out of state to do it, bro.
But also,
It's
also
only an
respect,
hour away.
No, listen,
Well,
you
respectfully,
have listen. You see what
but
you're doing though right now. Like,
respectfully.
right now you have to overcompensate, right? Like, right now you're saying,
take a
yo,
1 hour
I
drive.
love. Right now you're saying, bro, I don't give a fuck about women. Like, I'll just drive out of state for that shit.
Nah.
Not everybody has the opportunity to do that, bro.
Yes, they do. I will drive an hour out of state to avoid.
You know
the
what
headache
though?
of
Let me tell you
18-year
something.
issue.
Oklahoma
and
isn't an
that's
hour
what I'm
away from
saying.
Texas. Everywhere in Texas, Texas
This
is
is why I
fucking
say prevention
huge.
is better than cure.
Yeah, you got, bro.
But
Listen,
the
for you
thing-
to have a
but the
listen,
good thing you-
for
Like
you to
I
have a
said,
daughter
I'm
and say that,
maybe
bro.
my
Listen, I don't want to
like,
listen.
is
I
a
don't
little
want
bit
to.
harsher than y'all's maybe, but like
I don't
again,
wanna
like
sound
that,
like a
I
dick,
had
bro.
that shit beaten into me when I was
I
young.
really listen. I
Prevention is
really
always
don't
better
want
than
to
cure.
sound. I really don't want to sound like a dick. But for you to have daughters to say that, I don't hope that you run into that ever. But it probably will take.
I
It
hope I
probably
don't,
will
but
take
I
your
hope I
daughter
don't.
being stuck with an unwanted pregnancy for you to fucking understand. Because and by that time, guess what? You making decisions for other people's daughters because it doesn't affect you makes you it makes you deserve to be put in that position yourself. Like, you
But
deserve to be put in that position. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm not wishing any ill will upon you, right? Because I'm not like my moral compass tells me I don't want bad things to happen to others, bro. I feel like people's bodily autonomy and these choices, they should be available to people. You're saying, well, I mean, you should be more responsible and don't leave it up to me. I don't give a fuck. Where I live, it's legal. Fuck it. You know, I taught my daughter something.
Be held accountable for their
Yeah,
actions, the same way I would be.
exactly, bro.
that's
And that's the
not
point.
right.
And that's the point.
Have a kid out of wedlock and have to pay
Right.
child support.
And
I would
that's the
have to be
point,
held
bro.
accountable.
And that's the
wrong.
point,
That's
bro.
wrong.
Because if your daughter comes to you with this shit, you know what I'm gonna tell you? Yo, she should have wrapped it up. Your daughter's irresponsible. You don't want to hear that though.
He was.
But you don't want to hear that though. That's your listen to me. Do you want let me
I told you before you got out there.
Dude, this is your daughter you're talking about. Do you really, bro, listen to me. Your daughter has a future. Do you really want to be lectured about, yo, she should have wrapped it up, too bad, and now you're stuck with a fucking child she doesn't want? But you take the lecture? You're out of your fucking, bro, you're out of your mind,
All
bro.
it is now it's just inconvenient because now we have to go outside of.
You're out of your mind,
Oh, yeah,
dude.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
fucking, bro, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind, dude.
It's just now. It's just
Bro,
now
listen to me. You're out of your mind. You're sitting here telling me.
I'm
You're not gonna
about
want to
get
be,
disrespectful.
bro. You're not gonna
I'm
be.
not about to get disrespectful, but go ahead. Say what you're saying, and I'm gonna say what
I'm saying, like, you're not gonna want to be lectured if your daughter's having an unwanted pregnancy and she can't get an abortion. You don't want somebody like me to say, well, she should have wrapped it up, bro. Your daughter's not responsible. Maybe you should have taught her better. You're gonna sit there and say, well, you know, maybe I should have taught her better.
What I want to hear. You're absolutely right. That's not going to be what I want to hear.
Exactly.
But at the same time, that's still going to be facts. What you said is not.
Who gives a fuck if it's fact? You know what else is a fact? Your 19-year-old daughter that's on the honor roll in college or whatever now has to have her shit derailed. That's a fact. What fact is more important? Hold on. I'm gonna ask the question, bro. Let me ask this question real quick. Let me just ask the question real quick.
Okay.
What fact is more important to you? Your daughter should have been more responsible, or the fact that her future might be derailed for an unwanted pregnancy? What fact hits home closer to you?
Yo, Feach, you really want to?
No, I need an answer to that question from a man who's got daughters. I want to know.
Since when children
the
derail
fact of
women?
whether I want my daughter to hear the truth, or the fact of whether she has to go.
No, I want to know what fact. I want to know what fact you'd rather deal with.
Let him say what he's saying so I can answer the question.
I'm saying, what factor you'd rather deal with? Would you rather deal with the fact that, my daughter should, you should have wrapped up, hun. What can I tell you? I told you better. Or, my daughter's future is gonna get derailed for a pregnancy that she didn't want at this time because she did what grown folks do. What would you rather? What would you rather have to deal with as a father?
I would rather tell my daughter that, yeah, you was wrong for doing this, and now you're gonna have to now go out of state to get an abortion. If you
wouldn't you rather have the abortion? What if she can't go out of state to get an abortion? Where are you gonna go out of state to get an abortion?
Not even tell me that she's dealing with that, and then go ahead and have the kid. It's still out of my control. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm
still
talking
gonna be her father, and I'm still gonna tell her the truth.
I'm talking about not even having the option, bro.
This is what we can do. She is gonna have the option though.
But why wouldn't she have the option, Peach? Why wouldn't she have the option?
This is what y'all understand.
Some people live in states where it's not available. Well, you can't get it.
Okay, and you drive to one
and you go to a state that is available.
Bro, how many fucking people are gonna drive out of state?
All it is an added inconvenience. But again,
but what's the point? But what is the trade? Listen, what is the trade-off? What is the trade-off for that added inconvenience? Because you want your cryptocurrency to do better? So it's like, elect me, I'll make your cryptocurrency do better. Like, what are you getting from Trump that you're willing to trade that off for your daughter? Like, that's my thing. Like, what are
you talking about? Even if I wasn't voting at all, like, it would still be the same.
What I'm saying, listen, what I'm saying is, thanks to Trump, right? With his
he left it up to the states.
No, right. Thanks to Trump with the overturning of the Roe v. Wade, right? You now have certain states that can ban not just abortion, but like I said, birth control, Planned Parenthood, Plan B, all that stuff, right? What did you get in return from Trump giving that up?
Trump is like, that has nothing to do with it because
how does that have nothing to do with it? How does that have nothing to do with it?
For me, there's no immediate like, okay, you took that away, but I got this, and this is better or worth more than that. There's no equivalence.
No, you listen. You clearly voted for someone that resulted. You clearly voted for someone. You've clearly voted for someone that set up 1973, and whatever year this got fucking canceled. What year did it end?
But either way, it's not that.
I want to know because you didn't have to vote for Trump. And when Trump started putting nut job Christian fucking radical conservative Supreme Court justices on the bench, you left it up to this. This is what happens. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is, what did you get in return? Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what did you get in return?
Very selfishly, he's going to help me personally in my personal life. That's why I voted.
1973 to 2022. So 50 years later, it got overturned. So that means president after president after president for the last 50 years, nobody touched this shit. And all of a sudden, this maniac gets in office, and now it's gone. I want to know.
He was perfect.
I want to know, what did you get in return from Trump?
He's helping me personally. He's reducing unemployment, which helps young people like me get jobs. He's helping me in a market.
We already went over the fact that the president really doesn't do anything to end unemployment.
He's passing acts that directly reduce unemployment.
Yeah,
it's
what
right
acts?
There in facts.
What acts? Cutting taxes for businesses, bro? That's all, bro.
Yes.
Businesses don't pay taxes, bro. These big corporations don't gotta pay taxes, bro. They get corporate bailouts. Under every president, they get corporate bailouts.
Do you feel
Obama
like
gave all these companies fucking bailouts. Bro, all these companies get a bailout.
So why did his term of all hit a 50-year low of 3.5%? If all these companies been doing this for the end of time,
we went over this
why
already.
was there a change with
I
his?
thought we went over this already, though. I told you how.
And this was before COVID. This was
Yes, I told you how under Obama in his last term, they did not extend the unemployment benefits. And ever since then, their unemployment rate started dropping and dropping and dropping. And when Trump got in office, it continued to drop. Before he cut these corporate taxes, it was dropping. Like, it's a false correlation, bro. One has nothing to do with the other. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this phenomenon was already happening before he before he gave corporate tax breaks. You know how many presidents have given corporate tax breaks, and we still went through fucking unemployment? Unemployment goes up, goes down.
But this act also provided tax cuts to individuals.
Yeah, I told you those.
Jobs.
Yes, I
It
told you
created
those
people that wanna make
individual.
small businesses,
Those
which creates more
individual
jobs.
tax cuts expired. Google, listen. If you think I don't know what I'm talking about, Google when those individual tax cuts expired. They'll tell
So
you.
let me ask you this: do you feel like there will be more or less unemployment with Camilla versus Trump?
I
Who
don't
will have
know.
a lower unemployment?
I don't
if
know.
you had to put your
I
no,
don't.
you were a political advocate for this long. I'm asking you.
I don't. Listen. I don't. So I didn't vote for Harris. I don't think that she'd make a great president. I don't. So I don't know what kind of effect she would have on unemployment. I don't know what she could do to lower the unemployment rate lower than it is. And by the way, unemployment's going down again. Inflation's going down again under Biden's last term. Like, we're getting out of the recession that COVID put us in. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're getting out of that COVID mess. So,
but if you ask most people in the job market right now, a lot of people are having trouble getting jobs right now. This is one of the hardest times. I've asked people who are 50, 40 years old and said this is the hardest time in their life for them to get hired for a job. I know a guy who has 20 years of work experience in an MBA and still can't get a $90,000 job.
Yeah, guess what? When I was working door to door for Verizon Fios when Obama was president, I heard the same shit. I heard the same shit from people. I had friends of mine that had master's degrees in social work that were like, "Damn, what do you do for a living?" "I'm doing outbound sales for Verizon, traveling the country. Can you get me a job?" "Like, yo, you got a degree?" "Yeah, but I can't find a job in my field." Bro, like I said, again, this been going on for years. I'm 42, so I remember when people were complaining about jobs, and if you were born under the Jimmy Carter administration, you remember when there were lines for gas. I wasn't even born yet, but like, you're just right now. What you guys are is like, you're captive for the moment. Like, you're living at this moment in history, and this is your experience. So it's like it's simple. It's black and white. Well, Trump was president, and gas prices were this, grocery prices were that, blah 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 was that. So I guess I'll just vote for Trump again. Things were great under Trump. Not understanding that there's always an ebb and flow in every economy, every generation, and a lot of the things that happen have nothing to do with Trump. Like, I love when people start talking about the housing market and the interest rates. The president doesn't have shit to do with the interest rates for mortgages.
I feel like that happens because we can only identify who's in office at the time when we see what's going on.
Black, let me ask you a
question. In the moment.
Black, let me ask you a question. I'll ask the question to all the experts in the chat also. Can someone tell me, without using Google, who sets the interest rates for banks? I'm on stream, so you see me not Googling anything. I already know.
Are you asking us?
I'm asking anybody.
Rates for banks?
Yes, who sets the interest rates for banks? There you go. Unstoppable. The corrupt Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve Bank. Not just the Federal Reserve Bank. The Federal Reserve Chairman sets the interest rates. So if my mortgage rate is 7.25, that's high as fuck. One of the highest interest rates in history.
That is high.
In history. But because I'm paying these post-COVID rates, everybody, when I had to buy this from a house out for my brother, that was the going rate. You know what I'm saying? But that's set by the Federal Reserve Chairman. Can you guys tell me who the Federal Reserve Chairman is?
I don't know who the chairman is, but I knew the Federal Reserve regulates.
So you guys don't even know the most powerful. When I was in high school, this was 1999, guys. 1999, 2000, senior in high school. I took an economics class in high school, and I remember Mr. Schwartz, my high school teacher. Right, this is the first time I learned about this. Right, he told me the most powerful man in the world, more powerful than President Clinton, the most powerful man in the world is the Fed chairman. It was Alan Greenspan at the time. He's an old man. He might be dead. Alan Green. He's very old then. But Jerome Powell is the Fed chairman now. The most powerful man in the world, according to my economics teacher and according to anybody who knows anything about about economics. The most powerful man is the Federal Reserve Chairman. Do you know how the Federal Reserve Chairman is picked? He's not voted on.
Trump nominated him.
The president nominates him every 10 years, and then Congress got to ratify it. It doesn't just get put in. Congress also has to approve it. But they're not. It's funny how the most powerful person in the country is not voted in. The one man that influences fucking damn near every facet of your life, from your retirement benefits, from your 401ks, your loans, everything that has to do with money. You can say, oh, it's a stock. What does it got to do with stocks? The Federal Reserve controls the money supply. They are the bank of the United States. They are the reserve bank of the United States government. They control everything that has to do with the economy. They have the final say in. Not the stock market, not Wall Street, them. If Wall Street gets out of hand and people are making too much money, they implement quantitative easing. They simulate inflation. There is a core inflation that never changes, by the way. If the U.S. dollar is performing too strong on the international market, the Federal Reserve will intentionally weaken the dollar on the international market, so as to not be so powerful like the British pound that you don't want to trade with it. You understand what I'm saying? Like the Federal Reserve controls everything that has to do with money. The Federal Reserve has everything to do with regulating money, and the Federal Reserve Chairman is the most powerful man probably on the planet, and he's not voted in. So when you're talking about interest rates and housing market, blah blah blah, think Federal Reserve Chairman. Think the Federal Reserve. Do not think a president. President got shit to do with any of that. Anything. The president has fuck all to do with any of that. Matter of fact, did you know that the less a president does, the better? Do you know that the reason why the U.S. economy now is number one in the world again? It's back on top. Inflation is low. Do you know why we're surging back up in these last couple of years under the Biden administration? Do you want to know why that is?
And I disagree.
Because Biden isn't doing anything. He's on the beach. He's not in the fucking Oval Office doing anything. He's sitting his old ass on the beach not doing shit. When the president does something, that's when things fuck up. When the president does fucking nothing, when they're playing golf, after Obama threw trillions of dollars into the fucking economy and everybody was complaining that Obama played more rounds of golf than any other president in history, and the fucking economy started taking off again, and unemployment was going down. Why do you think that the economy under Obama was starting to boom again right before Trump? Because after Obama injected all that money into the fucking private sector, all he did was play golf. He didn't do anything else after that. He played golf every fucking day. Stayed out of the Oval Office, didn't do anything. When a president's not doing shit, things start to get better. It's only when a president starts doing shit. It's only when a president starts actually fucking doing shit, passing executive orders, laws, shutting shit down, interfering in the fucking market. Biden spent 37% of his presidency on vacation. Biden would have been the greatest president in history if he spent 87% of his presidency on vacation. That's how presidents work. When they're not doing things, things get better. That's the reason why we're up. Because nobody knows where Biden is. How many times where's Biden? What the fuck is he doing? Nothing. She's not even campaigning for Kamala Harris. I see him on TV. We got the number one economy in the world, blah, blah, blah. And I'm sitting there looking at this guy, Biden, brag about it. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Nobody fucking knows where you are. You're on the beach every fucking day. You're not in the Oval Office working anymore. You're riding off into the sunset, not doing shit. You're letting the free market just fucking flow. And now the rates are going down. I got to refinance my fucking house to get a better rate. Gas prices were going down. They're going back up again. Inflation is going down. We're adding more jobs to the economy now. And Biden is nowhere to be fucking found. That's how it works, guys. That is how it's worked since I've been alive. Since I've been alive, bro. Every fucking president. The biggest problem with Bush, he was always working, fighting wars, doing this, passing executive orders, blah, blah, blah. Bush didn't spend a lot. They used to criticize Bush for staying at Camp David a lot. He didn't spend enough time at Camp David. He didn't spend enough time vacationing and playing golf. Then they criticized Obama for playing too much golf. And I'm like, bro, that's great. Get him out of the fucking White House. Get him out of the Oval Office.
But Feach, the president can have an impact on the stock market.
Yeah, a negative impact, bro. When they're doing
No, they can have a positive too. And I'll give you an example. The CARES Act passed during the COVID-19 pandemic, injected trillions of dollars into the economy.
There we go. Look at that, right? Injecting trillions of dollars into the economy. A nice big bail, a nice taxpayer-funded money injecting trillions of dollars into the economy, just like what Obama did when he was president. That kick-started the fucking private sector.
I'm just saying they do have an impact.
Yeah,
like
when they transfer the wealth from us to the big banks, that's how it works. When they take your tax dollars by the trillions and they throw it to the rich.
Look, I don't care if the big guys win though, because the big guys winning will help me grow.
I get it. Look, look. I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you. Like, I didn't vote for anybody today. I don't think Kamala Harris didn't do anything to earn my vote. Like, I would have voted. I contemplated voting for Kamala Harris for one reason only: that she's not Trump. That's the only reason why. Because Trump irks the shit out of me so much. He's such a fucking piece of shit that I couldn't stand him. But again, if she was running against a regular Republican, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if she was running against a regular Republican who was not slinging mud and blah, 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 like, she wouldn't look as good. You know what I'm saying? Like, she looks like, bro, a Costco pizza pie looks appetizing when you put it next to fucking a pile of dog shit. Right? I don't like Costco pizza, but it looks delicious if you put it next to a pile of fucking dog shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not appetizing. I don't think she'd make a great president. But lined up next to this fucking moron, it's scary, bro. Like, it really, like, bro, like, you're young. So you don't remember, like, a lot of you young guys don't remember a time where you can have politicians up on the stage and debate, like when Obama and Romney were debating.
I remember Mitt Romney and Obama.
Obama and McCain debating.
I remember McCain.
And they were just talking policy. Nobody was insulting anybody. Like, I'm watching fucking videos of Trump talking about, I can't hit Michelle Obama. Was very mean to me. This is very mean to me. Maybe I should. They won't. But people tell me I shouldn't hit her back. Maybe I should hit her back. Like, bro, weird as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, just saying dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like, just fucking, like, and it's not just Trump, because Trump opened the door. I'm telling you, I'm 42. I'm telling you, I remember a time when right-wing politics wasn't this bad. Now you have Marjorie Taylor Greenes, and you have Ron DeSantis's, and you got Laura Loomers, and you got all these fucking right-wing talking heads that are just fucking nasty, calling people bitch, calling people dirtbag, calling people sluts, whores. Kamala Harris is a hoe. She fucked her way to the top. Like, nobody said shit like that. Kamala Harris doesn't say anything like that about Trump at all. Nothing.
I hear you, and I'm not even saying Trump's a good president or he's the right guy, but he affects me in this 4-year term. He will affect me the most personally, and I feel like as a voter, maybe everybody doesn't want to be as selfish as that, but I'm just going to take what's going to benefit me best for this term. I don't think he's just a great president, but I just got to look out for me in this specific situation. And if Camilla had those same type of policies that benefit me, then I would have voted for her. Like, I'm not really one way or the other. But to her fault, she doesn't really stand on things as hard as Trump does, just in general. And I think she just stays too neutral, and that's probably why she'll lose.
Yeah, and that's a problem, bro, because the things that Trump stands on, bro, paying off fucking hookers, you know what I'm saying? Like, using foul language. Like, you know how many times he was misspelling words on Twitter? Like, I
think people like that because he's real. I think people like that because they can relate to it.
Bro,
and you may not like that.
Most
Americans are.
If you can relate to a guy
I can't,
who talks
but
about,
I know most Americans can.
Let me finish the question. If you can relate to a guy that talks about grabbing women by the pussy, that talks about sluts and fucks hookers and has fucking 4 kids by 3 different women and talks the way he talks about women, if you can relate to that, then you're basically admitting that the lower portion of America, like the bottom feeders, of America are the ones that are deciding the election. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the people that go out and vote for him are shit.
But those people you're talking about,
I want to
with
hold on. I gotta say something about the chat. He did not finish building the wall, and it wasn't a wall. It was a fucking fence with holes in it. He did not secure. I don't know how he secured the border. We still had illegal immigrants coming. No new wars. Bro, you're trying to tell me there was not a single war? I don't know what wars he ended. And by the way, when he supposedly ended the Afghanistan war, everybody told me he did it prematurely. I don't know how he defeated ISIS. Roaring economy we already addressed. He didn't do anything to roar the economy. That was thanks to Obama giving trillions of dollars to the banks and the airline industry and the auto industry. Built up the black community and economy. Again, same shit. When you inject trillions of dollars into the economy, of course black people are going to benefit also. Everybody's going to benefit from that. What was it? Race? Was it a race specific? So what was Obama's $1 trillion bailout race specific? Was it earmarked and said, "Yo, I'm going to give trillions of dollars to the auto industry, the airline industry, and the banks, but we have to make sure that it only goes to help white people"? Like, no, it was just an injection of trillions of dollars into the private sector. So to say build up the black community and economy, now that's pandering to black people right there. Like, that's weird, bro. Like, see, to me,
he did secure the border, Feach. He did secure the border.
I don't know how. I don't know that means. I don't know what that means to secure the border, bro. I don't know what it means.
Illegal people were not able to just walk across.
They were
like
still
they
coming
are
here,
now.
bro. They were still coming.
I didn't open it back up.
They were still coming here, bro. And Biden didn't open.
No, they weren't.
Biden didn't open it back, bro. Biden did not open anything back up, bro. They were deporting, bro. You know the president that deported the most amount of people in history was Obama. And they were saying he was in a. That's all they have, bro. Is they're gonna open the border. They're gonna open the border. They do that to you to scare the shit out of you, bro. They have no other policies, bro. Nothing else. Like this kid just said, build a wall. Okay, that's immigration. Building a wall is how they satisfy. Building a wall is them scaring the shit out of you because a bunch of brown people are going to come here and take your jobs and rape your children and do all this other shit. So building a wall goes into being scared of brown people, right? Secure the border, scared of brown people. No new wars. I don't even know what the fuck that means. Ended wars. I don't know what wars he ended. Defeated ISIS. I don't even know what that means neither. I haven't heard from ISIS in a mad long time. Roaring economy. Again, we addressed that. Trillions of dollars thanks to Obama injected into the economy 5 or 6 years before he took office. Built up the black community, goes back to the roaring economy. So everything that Unstoppable G said about what Trump did is just a bunch of bullshit. And apparently Trump killed all of ISIS. Trump killed every single person I identified as ISIS. Trump literally killed them all. I don't know how he did it, but he killed them all.
2 or 3 of the leaders are dead though from ISIS. Like their new appointed leader, they took him out too.
It's crazy, bro.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, but they did take him out.
No, I don't. I never. He said, and this is another thing, bro. This is what Trump supposed to do. They lie. They told everyone to surge to the border. I remember. I'm gonna Google something for you guys right now.
I've been to the border. Like they literally did have it on live.
Do not
at the
come.
time.
Watch this. Ready? Kamala Harris tells migrants, "Do not come." Now, does this sound like?
I want to be clear
listen.
to folks in this region who are thinking about making that dangerous trek to the United States-Mexico border. Do not come.
This is 3 years ago.
Do not come. The United States will continue to enforce our laws and secure our border. There are legal methods by which migration can and should occur.
All right, so Unstoppable G is another Trump supporter that just lied. He said that the Biden administration told migrants to surge to the border. I just played you the vice president, who's now running for president, say. You heard what she just said. Did you hear that? Were you able to hear what? Were you able?
Yeah, we heard her say.
All right. So does that sound like that this current administration told people to surge to the border?
I feel you, but they're still walking through. Like even right now, as we talk, they are still walking through.
Oh, that's weird, though. That's really crazy how they still. And give me a time in history of the United States where people weren't able to just walk through.
During the Trump administration, he had it on lock. Like I had to look up South Padre Island. It's a spring break destination. I had to go there. I'm an American, and it's right next to the border. It took me everything just to get in and out from that island. They had that shit on lock. I'll give it to Trump. He really had it on lock. No random person could walk through.
Let me see this. I gotta find it. Statistics and facts. I gotta find it, bro. There's always a number for something, bro. Unauthorized immigrant population, 1990 to 2022. Let's take a look. Oh, look. Here's from 2016 to 2020. It did hit a little dip. But you're taking a look at the screen, right? It did hit a little dip. From 2016, went down a little bit. It did go down a little bit, but look how high. It's the time to tell me nobody came. 10.51 immigrants here.
That's a lot, though.
Yeah, that's
a big deal.
that's in 2020 at the end of Trump's term. That's a lot, right? That was when Trump was in office. 10.51 million illegal immigrants, unauthorized immigrant population.
Unstoppable G said that's it. Look, I can only speak for Texas though, but that's probably
The point I'm
that's
trying
probably
to
California
the point
and Arizona. That's probably why that big dip is there.
The point I'm trying to make is under every president, and presidents can slow it down, but they're not going to stop it. Under every president, every year, people want to come here. They're going to find a way. Why? Because it's big business. It is big business. I'll Google something else for you right now.
And doesn't that include people coming through from Puerto Rico? I mean, not Puerto Rico. From Canada side too. I don't know, Feats. Like, I hear you, but I just feel
Here you go. Check this out. September 25th. Wait a second. Take a look at this. This has been known for a long time. This is just last year, a year ago. Purdue Farms and Tyson Foods under federal inquiry of reports of illegal child labor. So, what these companies do, right, is they hire these coyotes to bring illegal immigrants in. Look, poultry processor, illegally endangered children, dangerous jobs. They're bringing kids in from underneath the border. These businesses are doing this. Big time fucking Tyson and Purdue. You can't buy chicken in the store without Tyson and Purdue all over it. They bring illegal immigrants in. They work on the farms. They tend to the chicken coops, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then after a few years, they call ISIS or ICE, whatever, deport a few to make it look like they're doing their job, and they keep busting them in because it's big business. There's nothing that the presidents are going to do to stop that. Nothing. Because there's billions and billions of dollars to be made as long as this immigration remains illegal. Because when an illegal immigrant is here, guess what they can't do? They can't unionize. They can't demand fair wages. They can't collectively bargain. And if they get hurt on the job, you think they can go collect workman's comp? You think an illegal immigrant can sue Purdue Chicken? And again, with the Springfield, bro, that Springfield, Ohio thing has been fucking debunked a million times. The Springfield, Ohio thing. See, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, Breezy. Like, my thing is like when I'm talking to Trump supporters, they say the fucking dumbest shit that's either been debunked, they lie, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the biggest problem with me with Trump is his supporters, bro. Like, because they're some of the most uninformed people. You understand
They're very well uninformed and just go by what they see on social media or what. But I get that.
But what I just told you about with the Tyson and Purdue Chicken, like, an illegal immigrant can't sue a company because they got hurt on the job.
Right.
So that's big money for these companies. These companies want these illegal immigrants in here. That's
right,
why.
And I get you. Like, there's no way to bring it to zero. But all I'm saying is Trump does create some type of dip.
This kid said he's a political analyst. He does it for a living, bro. There's a lot of political analysts that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, bro. That's why so many people in this country are dumb as fuck because a political analyst like you spewing out nonsense. The last thing people should be listening to is a right-wing political analyst. You shouldn't be listening to a left-wing political analyst. You shouldn't be. And I don't know what political analyst you think I'm listening to, bro. No political analyst told me about Purdue Chicken. I just know this shit. I told you I was an activist for years. You You guys got to understand, bro. I've been around this information a long time. And I did not vote for Kamala Harris today, bro. I don't think that she would make a good president. All I'm saying, this is my final note because we've been streaming for 3 hours and I'm losing my voice. And I had guests on today. I want to thank the guests that came on. SVO, Black, still here, I guess, in the background. Harlan was here for a little bit. Lazy. It was a good discussion. I think we had a good discussion. The only time I really got unhinged was when race was dragged into it. But I didn't vote for Harris today. She didn't earn my vote. I honestly, listen, in a normal world, in a normal society, where there's no Trump cult, Kamala Harris runs up against a regular Republican and nobody's interested. You know what I'm saying? It's not interesting. Although I didn't vote for her and I don't think she'd make a good president, because Trump is her opposition, bro, another 4 years of Trump, I mean, my life's going to go on regardless. I don't care whether she wins or Trump wins. My life's going to go on regardless. I'm still going to get my contracted raises at work. My union, the only person that could really threaten my union is Trump. He's already done that. But I'm still going to have a job. Garbage is still going to be out on the street. They can be picked up. You know, rates are going to go down like they are now. They're going to go back up another day, blah, blah, blah. Like, when Trump wins, as long as there's another pandemic or something like that, everything's going to be fine when Trump wins. If Trump wins. If Kamala Harris wins, everything's going to be fine. Everything that was going to happen will happen. Nothing out of the ordinary unless something crazy happens. Unless there's, a terrorist attack or another pandemic or a meteor strike or some shit like that. If everything is normal, we don't have any extraordinary events outside of the president's control, I think Trump 4 years and Kamala 4 years will just be business as usual. I'll tell you the difference between a Trump presidency and a Kamala presidency, though. With Trump in office, shit's going to get a lot more toxic. The overall IQ, I know, Iran's going to kick off. I heard Iran was going to kick off World War III if Obama won. I heard that shit in 2008 from Alex Jones, that if Obama wins, we're going to be in World War III with Iran. That's what I heard a long time ago. They were saying that 30 years ago. 30 years ago, 40 years ago. We're going to get nuked by Iran. When Iran got a nuclear weapon, right, we were going to get annihilated. Fendi, thank you for the follow. I've been hearing this World War III shit for fucking decades now. The only difference between Kamala winning and Trump winning is like, look, the same shit happened when Biden won. We don't have a moron, because that's what Trump is, a fucking moron. We don't have an orange-skinned freak job on Twitter every day tweeting out nonsense, grandstanding and putting on fucking events and get-togethers to stroke his fucking fragile ego. What did we get when Biden won? We got an old man who shut the fuck up and wasn't even running the country. I'd never heard from Biden. No, I don't even know how. Biden must have tweeted it. Biden must have used Twitter like 6 times his entire presidency. Maybe he's used it 100 times, but I wouldn't know. I would have no clue. I promise you, if Trump wins, you're going to know he's on Twitter, bro. All the fucking worst people like Elon Musk, Alex Jones, who, by the way, had to declare bankruptcy because he got sued because he said nobody's kids died at the Sandy Hook school shooting. The sickest motherfuckers all support this guy. Elon Musk, one of the biggest dickheads known to man, buys Twitter, says, yo, this is the town square, all views, blah, 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 and turns Twitter into one giant fucking Trump campaign social media machine. The richest man in the world supports Donald Trump. That should tell you something. The richest man in the world that made his fortune off of fucking mines in South Africa, and segregation and apartheid, where his family's fortune came from, supports Donald Trump. The biggest lunatic loser on the planet. I'm saying this is what you're going to get with him. You're going to get, like, just American society is going to be America is going to be a laughing stock culturally if this guy wins again, bro. Like, if he wins again, the United States is going to be a laughing stock culturally to the rest of the world. People with red hats, racist motherfuckers, bigoted motherfuckers with giant flags on their pickup trucks. Like, to me, that's what the election comes down to, because I don't think Kamala Harris is going to really change anything for the better. I don't think Trump is going to do anything that they're saying it's going to be worse. I mean, there's nothing worse he could do that he did before. I mean, Roe v. Wade is gone, right? I don't think it's going to get any worse. We might even, I'll admit that we might even improve with Trump over Biden. If Trump just stays out the fucking way and just stays on Twitter and does nothing else. But the trade-off is going to be, bro, the most annoying, longest 4 years of your life, bro. Unless you're some 4chan. Yeah, remember too, like this, like his support base and his politics and his information is from like 4chan, incel politics, Andrew Tate, like the worst of the worst people on the planet. Homophobic, you know what I'm saying? Like just straight up dirtbags. That's what you're going to get with Trump if he wins, bro. You're going to have that bullshit back in the White House. It's going to be embarrassing. That's the reason why, look, I didn't vote for Kamala Harris because she didn't earn my vote. I feel like a presidential candidate has to earn my vote. I don't want to vote for somebody just because they're not that person. But if she wins tonight, bro, I'll sleep better if she wins. I'm going to open up the chats right now so you guys can run your mouths. You vote for who you want to vote for. I respect it. I respect you guys more if you support Trump. I respect you guys more if you were just honest about why you really like him. Just tell me, bro, you don't like the brown people coming in. That's it. Just keep it at that. All right, I'm out of here, guys. It was a good stream. 3 hours. Gave me an excuse to stream and make some ad revenue.